This exclusive OCA Media broadcast of Panther Sports is brought to you in partnership with your local employee-owned Hy-Vee grocery store, the Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes. Consider becoming a booster today. One Community Bank, Feel Good Banking. The Oregon Area Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. Oregon Cares. And Torhorst Insurance, insuring Oregon and all of Wisconsin. We'd also like to thank Panther Exteriors, Wisco Industries, Shackelford Heating and Cooling, Stoughton Health, J.L. Richards Prime Meats and Catering, the Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play, and the Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. Panther Sports broadcasts are made available free with the support of our local sponsors. Please join our fine family of supporters and help us continue to provide this service to our community. Contact Paul at ocamedia.com for more information. OCA Media, your home for Panther Sports.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting broadcast of Panther Volleyball on OCA Media, your home for Panther Sports. I'm Ben Baker, along with
Mark Miller. Good to see you.
And we'll be bringing you all tonight's exciting action. The Panthers take on Monona Grove in their, this one's a little bit outdated. In their first, well, not their first, in a home match this year. They had their first one Tuesday against Wanakee. We would like to remind you that this exclusive broadcast is brought to you on OCA Media in partnership with your local employee-owned Hy-Vee grocery store, the Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes. Consider becoming a booster today. One Community Bank, Feel Good Banking. The Oregon Area Community Coalition, helping youth thrive. Visit us at OregonAreaCares.org. Wisco Industries, your trusted neighbors for generations. Torhorst Insurance, insuring Oregon and all of Wisconsin. Panther Exteriors, Shackelford Heating and Cooling, and Stoughton Health. Well,
thank you for that introduction. We really appreciate the sponsors supporting OCA Media and being able to bring all your sports together so that you can view them even though you're not here. We much prefer that you're actually present for this, but in some cases it's just not appropriate. So
absolutely. Well,
so you had the chance to watch them in the first game of the year, right?
Yeah, you were announcing on Tuesday, and that was a tough game, especially for Oregon. I believe we let Wanakee win. Well, not let. Wanakee won all three. Wanakee won the first 3 sets with Oregon having 0, and in the end, that just ended up killing us.
Well, it's tough competition. You know, Wanakee is a bigger school.
Tough, yes.
And this is still, I think, a performing team because as I look at it, there's only a few seniors on our team overall. So a few sophomores are taking the field as well.
Absolutely, and then we also have the returning juniors this year. So we've really seen them grow. We've only had 2 of them, I believe, play on varsity for all since freshman year, and I believe that is Lila Davis and Evelyn Lavoie. I could be wrong.
I remember Lavoie from last year, and Sophie, she actually played.
Sophie Sy, yes.
Yes, she did.
She is a senior. She's one of the select seniors that will be leaving us this year, so that's obviously unfortunate. But we wish her great luck after high school, of course.
What I recall from Oregon, and at least last year, when I had a chance to kind of follow them, is a lot of things do formulate as the year goes along. You know, so even though you get out in that first match and it may be a little overwhelming with some of the tough competition, they do get to form, and the coaches identify what their play time is relative to practice time. So we give them a chance at that overall, and they got a chance with Monona Grove. Again, it's probably going to be tough competition with them because they're taking over and take that challenges on. So. Recall what Monona Grove did earlier. Let's see, against the game overall. I didn't catch looking up their scores to try to find out what they've actually done with them.
Yeah, that's the difficult part right now, is just trying to get everything scored.
So I don't remember J.C. Andrews. Is she the setter, number 10?
J.C., yes, she played varsity the last 2, 3, I think it was, might have been a little bit more than that, but she was playing some of varsity last year along with Devin Howard and Alexis Fields. They both performed exceptionally last year, and we really saw that competition continue to carry over into Tuesday's match. We could tell that they were trying their hardest the entire way, and in the end, Waunakee is just a tough team to beat. That's the truth of it. You know, you can go back, you can look at stats from the previous years, and you can see Waunakee has had a great team for the past 6 to 7 years, just with outstanding coaching and players.
Waunakee is a very strong sports organization. I think they just recognized the coach for an incredible number of years in football anyways. So it's really important as a team, as they formulate, to get familiar how to keep their sequence going. And so some of that has to do with their ability to block, but so much of it is a passive, get it to the setter. And so that'll be interesting to see how that develops and what they end up doing to the responses relative to Monona Grove. And Monona Grove can do overall.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And now for your lineups. First, our visitors from Monona Grove High School. Number 3, a junior defensive specialist, Peyton Hansen. Number 8, a senior right side hitter, Grace Pinkston. Number 9, a junior defensive specialist, Emma Tormey. Number 10, a senior middle blocker, Lily Severson. Number 12, a freshman setter, Arizona Vike. And your starters from Monona Grove. Number 2, a senior outside hitter, Reese Jorgensen. Number 4, a senior middle blocker, Eliza Atwood. Number 6, a junior right side specialist, Reese Vandervelde. Number 5, a junior outside hitter, Sedona Pabraki. Number 11, a freshman outside hitter, Ayla Jarecki. Number 7, a sophomore setter, Madeline Hecox. And your libero from Monona Grove, number 1, junior Cassidy Pullman. And now for your lineup for your Oregon Panthers. Number 3, a junior defensive specialist, Devin Howard. Number 4, a senior outside hitter, Rachel Cook. Number 6, a junior middle blocker, Jordan Elsner. Number 11, a junior outside hitter, Lila Davis. Number 16, a sophomore setter, Riley Anderson. Number 18, a sophomore setter, Greta Look. And now your starters for the Oregon Panthers. Number 10, junior setter, J.C. Andrews. Number 8, junior outside hitter, Evelyn Lavoie. Number 15, senior middle blocker, Sophie Sai. Number 14, sophomore outside hitter, Liza Studebaker. Number 7, senior outside hitter, Greta Schriever. Number 9, senior middle blocker, Maya Abilene. And number 2, a junior libero, Alexis Fields.
We recognize the youth volleyball players, and here they show up in the field. That's
I know,
also
that's
isn't
amazing,
that
isn't it?
That is. That's
And then we had that beautiful national anthem singing when our sound system did not appear to be working.
well, a little delayed action overall, but
Just
that
a
was
little.
wonderful. And
It
the
was.
students kind of initiated that, got that going. Even covered those high notes too.
I know,
which
that
is
was
quite
impressive. I didn't expect. I did not expect to hear those tonight.
Oh, Ben, I didn't hear your notes.
Well, it's probably a good thing you didn't hear my notes.
Well, they're getting all lined up, so now we get the game started, and look forward to a good turnout overall. So this is a new coach this year, correct?
I
Yes.
believe Chris was coach 2 years ago, and then last year I believe it switched to one of this year's assistant coaches, and then it switched back. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with
Yes.
that as well, but either course. Looking forward to the team putting themselves together. So they got some experience, and any time you learn from the losses, and so the losses, I'm sure, is an opportunity. It was only 2 days ago, so it wasn't a whole lot of time, but it is a chance that you can kind of pick up on it and pick up on different aspects of it. So a few of them that are returning. So we do have a couple of seniors that are going to be on the deck for them. So Sophie's coming back, as well as Maya Albans and Greta Schriever. So I remember Greta from last year, certainly Sophie.
yep,
And the serve is up.
JC Andrew, and it looks like Cassidy Coleman.
A nice dropping serve. A
Yeah,
great way to
absolutely.
drop. Get them moving, get them off of their heels, and start finding their way around.
Absolutely. Of course, we do have JC Andrew again with the serve. JC is going to get it all the way to Sedona, and she's going to pop it off toward the back scoreboard.
Got another ace off of that.
Yeah, please do not break our scoreboard, Sedona. Be greatly appreciated. Oh, JC is going to hit that one into the nets.
Get a side out of that, just a missed serve.
Yep.
So Oregon has not had a chance at the ball returned yet, so it's going to be a first chance to get into place.
Absolutely. Here's number 3, Peyton Hansen, with our serve. Peyton's going to put it to Evelyn Lavoie. Evelyn Lavoie is going to top it up to JC. Evelyn Lavoie is going to try to get it over the net, but looks like she just didn't have the power behind that. I don't really know what happened there.
Well, it was a really strong serve, and the pass was not in a good spot for the setter, so it makes it difficult to push out to the net.
Absolutely. Evelyn Lavoie is going to pass that one over to JC as Sophie Side is going to get that one over the net. And it looks like it's going to get passed back, but Alexis Fields called it out, and it did not look out over here. So.
Watching Sophie hit that center line, I recall how she was really good at that middle, and she could get around. A lot of communication there if they ended up not both looking at each other as the ball bounces on the floor.
Absolutely.
Not
And
the right.
you know, it's a lot better to have a lot of communication than no communication. Here comes Alexis Fields, is going to pass one over to JC, set up Sophie. That one's going to get denied, but it looks like number 14, Lila Davis, could not get that one. No, sorry, not Lila. Liza Studebaker could not get that one on the right side of the line.
It's a really nice pass and a good set, and Greta did the right thing to get Sophie got in the right thing.
Here comes Alexis Fields. JC is going to dive in there. Liza's going to have to get this one over.
Those are difficult shots when they're far off the net. You pass the 10-foot line and you're trying to drive it. That doesn't always work so well in order to find a place, and so sometimes you're a little thrown off to be able to try to drive it that distance.
Absolutely. This one's going to get passed to Alexis Field. JC Andrews going to put this one up for Liza. Liza's going to get it over, but it's going to go a little bit too far and out.
She got a little bit underneath it, but the ball was quite off the net, and so therefore you get underneath it, the ball's going to go up in the air and get outside of the out line.
Yep.
your passes have been pretty good so far.
Yep,
So
it looks
hopefully
like we've been setting people up beautifully. This one's going to go right to Alexis Fields, but a little bit low on that serve, and that's going to cause it to go in the wrong direction and a little bit and out. I believe this is Oregon with the first time out.
So one of the challenges with that is that as you are passing the ball, you should be moving your feet. And if you notice that she really leaned forward, so you watch the ball and you move to the ball itself by moving your feet. There's a tendency you sit there and you want to reach for it. If you do that, you're not going to be able to get a good position with the ball. So Oregon does need to get a little bit of the setup overall. I do like some of the passes, and certainly Sophie has been on that center point, which has been really good to be able to take an attack. With the double block, though, that can make it a little challenging.
Oh, absolutely. And we've especially been seeing, I believe, Peyton Hansen and I also believe Sedona up at that front net, causing that double block, and that's just been absolutely amazing. You just watch them go right up in it every single time. It looks like.
That's probably their intention. They get a little tired doing that, jumping all the time. So let's see if they get a little bit organized, a little different organization.
Absolutely. Once again, at number 3, Peyton Hansen. Sorry, I did not mean to say Peyton Hansen earlier. I do believe I meant to say Cassidy Pullman. That one's going to hit the net. Cold feet, I don't know what happened there, but.
That's why you do a timeout.
Absolutely. Just like football, you ice them.
Exactly.
Here comes Devin Howard with Oregon's second position to serve. Devin's going to send that one over, and it is going to go out by number 3, Peyton Hansen. And that's just one, like you said earlier, you have to be moving your feet and watching that ball. It was a perfect low serve to the ground, and she got that one out.
So far, Oregon's been doing well on their aces and the serves.
Absolutely. Here's Devin Howard. That one's going to go out by just a smidge.
It looked like it was dropping.
Yeah, I thought it was, just not enough.
It wasn't questionable enough that they can actually throw a line to it.
Yep. Here is number 1, Cassidy Pullman, also MG's I believe it's libero. So Cassidy's going to hit this one over to, I think Alexis Fields touched that one back over to JC. And looks like Liza Studebaker is just going to pop that one over. We can see Alexis Fields coming out as Maya comes back to join us.
It was really a difficult set. It was so tight on the net and not quite tall enough to reach in there.
Absolutely. Sophie Tsai with the serve now. That one's going to get popped up by number 5, Sedona Poprowski. Ooh, that was 4 touches there. Can't do that now, can ya?
No, not quite. And they didn't miss that, so that was awfully kind. But a really nice serve to put them out of their organization, and they had a hard time returning the ball.
Absolutely. This one is going to get knocked over. Geez, numbers are hiding now. Looks like Devin Howard is going to pick that one up, send it over to JC, and Liza Studebaker is going to put that one over the net, with Peyton Hansen bringing it back over. And then with number 6, Reese Vandervelde finally hitting into the nets. So
Greta did a really nice drive. That was a good hit overall. Really put him at a little bit of a disadvantage and allowed Oregon to be in the right spots.
Absolutely. We're going to see Sophie Tsai make a beautiful serve off of this one. Watch it go over, and JC Andrews just a little bit too low to the ground there with that. So
but Maya was up there ready for the block.
absolutely.
But a single block is not always easy, and certainly when the center hit can turn it.
Now we can see Alexis Fields coming back in for Sophie Tsai. And then here's on opposing team, we have Lily Severson coming in for number 7, Madeline Piox, and number 12 coming in for number 6, Reese Vanderville. So number 12 up to serve, Arizona Veith. Don't really know how that last name is pronounced. Devin Howard's going to pick that one up, put it over, and it looks like they're having some troubles down there on MG side of the court. Now it's going to get picked back over and go straight to Greta Shrever's going to try to get that kill there, but
Greta's really got her attack coming into place, but Oregon did the right thing, getting it and making them struggle to get the Monona Grove to get the ball back over them.
Absolutely. And then here we have number 18, Greta Look. So this was a huge conversation with me and Will on Tuesday. We noticed that there were a few Will noticed that there were a few commands that names that sound like commands, like Greta Look, and then we also have but I find funny Rachel Cook. So I think it's funny how he likes to put the play on those words. Looks like Greta Shriver's going to pop that one back up, as it looks like we have number 4, Rachel Cook, send that one over. And Oregon 9, Monona Grove 10. That's just beautiful. Evelyn Lavoie we can see coming in for Devin Howard.
Obviously a good timeout that actually changed their disposition and able to get the attacks going again.
Absolutely. Here to serve, once again, we have Greta Shriver. That one's going to get popped up. And Greta Shriver's going to knock that one back. It looks like Greta's going to try to get that one up as... Ooh. And Alexis Fields is going to go diving on that one, but just a little bit late. Sometimes these girls can get in such a good rhythm that it's even hard for my mouth to keep up, and you just keep on going back and forth.
Oregon did get up there and block, and that was the right thing to do.
Absolutely. Greta Shriver's going to put that one in the air as Greta, look, puts that one over. And it looks like we're also going to have Alexis Fields pick this one back up as Greta sets up Evelyn Lavoie, but Evelyn Lavoie is not going to be able to get that one over in time.
It's a long reach. When it's that close to the net, you're set off the net for a good attack, and then you're trying to reach into the net and not touch the net.
Absolutely. So now we have number 11, Alaya Jaraki, I believe, to put this one over. That one's going to go all the way to Alexis Fields. Greta looks going to put that one over as Evelyn Lavoie gets that one over, bounced off of, oh, there we go. And now we can see number 4, Rachel Cook, putting that one back into play as, geez, these guys are going fast again. Evelyn Lavoie is going to once again put that one back over. Oregon 10, Monona Grove 12.
As an attacker, either on the strong or the weak side, you do look for your blockers, and that was a really smart move to realize they're starting to crouch in to the middle, so go to the line.
Yeah, absolutely. Alexis Fields now to serve. She's going to pop this one right on over to Reese. We're going to have Arizona put that one in the air, and Reese is going to send it back over as we have Greta putting this one back up, and Evelyn Lavoie is going to try to get the kill on that one, but she's going to put it just a little bit too far.
I'm going to take it. I think she tried to get a touch. If she could get somebody else's to touch, then we could have got a point for Oregon, but too high.
Absolutely, and looking at some statistics right now, which, if you know me, I'm a big fan of statistics. Greta Shriver, as of right now, is averaging 3.5 kills per set with Evelyn Lavoie right under her at 1.7. So there's some fun facts. Madeline to serve. Looks like we're gonna have Rachel Cook put that one up into the air as, oh no, sorry, that was Greta Shriver is gonna put that one up into the air and get it back to her so she can send it over.
So as a set, when you're setting it off to the back row to attack, it looks a little more challenging to hit. So that makes it difficult for them to have a back row attack.
Absolutely. Here with the serve, that one's going to go all the way over to Greta Shriver. Greta looks to pop that one up as Evelyn Lavoie gets that one down, and it touches the court before they could have Cassidy Pullman.
Evelyn was kind of a off hit type of, wasn't a big attack, and so the ball dropped a little sooner than the defenseman could pick up on it. So did make a point for Oregon.
Absolutely. Looks like we have J.C. Andrew in for Greta Look, and then Rachel Cook out for, I believe, Sophie Tsai. So J.C. Andrew is going to serve here as Cassidy Pullman puts it up, and then it looks like we're going to have Reese Jordanson knock it over to J.C. Andrew. Alexis Anderson's going to put that one up. Oh, Alexis Fields, sorry, is going to put that one up. J.C. Andrews is going to put that one back. And that is when we're going to have Reese Jordanson smack the nets right there. So,
well, Alexa Fields did a nice job covering, and as the ball was kind of bouncing back and forth, she was able to keep the ball alive. And in it,
absolutely. And then it looks like we're going to have Sedona Poporowski put that one over as Reese Vanderville kind of helps her with that one after it looks like an attempted block, but it's kind of hard to see right now. So,
well, the corner judge is saying there's a touch on the ball, and so therefore they're going to change out. So I think a coach is asking about that and trying to get a clarification. So a line judge is the one who said there was a touch on it. The up referee did not see that and called it out. And so now we're just getting a little bit of a dialogue overall. When you get into the higher level, you have cameras and everything else to cover that. So it doesn't happen in high school, but that's okay. You respect the referees, and the referees call stand.
And we always love our referees here at Oregon. As right now we're in a small crisis with football where Thursday nights we've actually had a few football games. We can't find refs. It looks like this one's going to get sent over to Evelyn Lavoie. Jace Andrews going to pop that one up, and Evelyn Lavoie is not going to be able to get that one over in time. And you know what? That's okay. That was a hard one to beat. That was a hard one to get to. Oregon 12, as we have Monona Grove 17.
Really important to get the passes, and that pass was not appropriate.
Absolutely. Hansen's going to send this one all the way over to, there we go. Now we got some motion down court. Madeline's going to split that one over as it looks like we have number 7 on Oregon, Greta Shriver, just a tad too late to that one. And now we can see Alexis Fields going after the ball.
It was a good attack by Monona, but it all played off of a nice set.
Absolutely.
Good time for a rotation to get Oregon in a different position.
Absolutely. We have Peyton Hansen serving. And that one's out with Alexis Fields and Evelyn Lavoie both calling that. So great, like I said earlier, great communication right there.
When you're a little farther away, you can see that it's going to drift. So you want to communicate that very effectively.
Absolutely.
So we'll see if Oregon can change their rotation a little bit and gain some more success, as they only have a 5-point lot.
Absolutely. Here's Devin Howard to serve. She's going to send that one over, but a little bit too far. I think she was trying to get that one to drop, or she was trying to get someone to touch. I could not figure out right there. So back again, we have Cassidy Pullman to serve.
Sophie setting.
Absolutely. That one's going to go over to Alexis Fields. J.C. Andrews going to put that one up as Greta Shriver knocks it over. And then it looks like we're going to have Madeline Hughes put that one up as that one gets tipped off of Devin Howard. That one's going to get blocked once again, and then out by number 11, Elia Girardi. I really hope I'm saying that last name right.
It was a little bit of a wild ball, so Oregon getting the ball sent right over to Monona Grove. They thought that they could take advantage of a big hit, but that did not stay on the floor.
Absolutely. Looks like Sophie Tsai is going to be serving on this one. Two girls almost went for the same ball there. We're going to have number 5, Serena Paparowski, put that one over as it looks like it got sent down by, I believe, number 9 for Oregon, Maya.
And Oregon was up there for the block. They got their hands on it, so it's the right type of thing to do. Just makes it difficult to pass when the ball's dropping quickly.
Absolutely. Appears that we have some new people up in front for MG's side, and that would be Lily Severson, Sedona Paparowski, and then number 11, Elia Jerky. As Devin Howard's going to give that one all the way over to JC. JC's going to try to give that one back, and Maya goes up for the block, but it looks like it rolled off of her hands and went right down. So
when you're on a one-on-one attack on the nets, you have to be close to the net to stop it, and she was not quite on the net, and so therefore the ball hit's going to drop on the ground.
And you know what? I don't blame her. You know, if I was up in front of that net, I would want my face as far away from that as possible.
Well, if you use your hands well, you don't get it often. So sometimes you do, but not all.
Yeah, I've gone home with a few black guys from gym class. I can tell you that.
So Oregon's really struggling to keeping the ball moving in the right position. So they're doing a couple of desperate things. Some of those popping over into the second hit are not necessarily the right type of things to be able to do, because it does set up Monona Grove for a bigger attack, or at least allows them to be able to set it up for a stronger attack where our block has to cover that. So going to have to get the right foot positions for good passing. They got some really good setters. I think Oregon's setters with JC. And who's the other one? Rayleigh is do a nice job. Good hands, and nice high sets for the tall players. So they can play the game. I think they got the right thing. So the coach recognizes that we just got to play their game.
Yep, and like you said, this is only their second home game of the season. So you know what? It's going to take some getting used to, and that's all right. That's absolutely okay. Number 12, Arizona Veet to serve. Devin Howard's going to put this one up as Maya puts this one too far back. And it looks like Greta Shriver could not get to it in time. So, you know what?
That starts with the pass.
Nothing wrong with it. So, as long as, in my opinion, of course, as long as we're at least trying our 100%, I believe. So, Veith again to serve. Going to pass that one all the way to Devin Howard. J.C. Andrews going to try to set that one up for number 14, Liza Studebaker. And then it appears that Cassidy Pullman just sent it down. So
all in that good pass that allowed her to get the right pass. She had a long hit from the back of the line by the 10-foot line, but able to do that, and it dropped it down for Monona Grove not to be able to return it.
Looks like Liza Studebaker and JC Andrew out for Alexis Fields. And then we're going to see some reoccurring things happen. Oregon with a huge cheer here. And yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to let you just chat for a second.
So in the front line, we do have Greta, as well as Rachel Cook. And Sophie's with the set, with the serve. And we got a touch. Long sets. Big attack live again. Able to get that ball going again. Monona Grove deep in the backcourt. Sophie sending it across. And going down the line, what a nice shot. Beautiful shot for Greta. Again, a wise move, realizing the block has been up there. Monona Grove is tall enough, we can get a good block, so go down the line.
Absolutely, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. And now we get to see Greta Look now serve for, I believe, first time this whole season, because I don't remember her serving at all on Tuesday. And that was a beautiful serve there. Look at that. Went right over that line, just how you want it to, and it put some confusion in. Now
Greta got it right down that line, so the challenge is you have to move your feet in order to pass it to the center. If you swing for it, then it's going to go out the outside, and they weren't able to bring it across.
Absolutely, and you know what? That's always just an amazing thing to have. As we see our Oregon crowd growing as the soccer game has now ended, and it looks like it was grout fits, so you can see all the gray in the crowd.
Yes.
Yes.
But they're all standing, lots of enthusiasm, ready to cheer it on. I think we'll pass beyond the national anthem, so other cheers instead of the national anthem.
Absolutely. And then now Oregon is 18, Monona Grove 21. I believe Oregon can kind of make that difference continue to shrink, especially if we keep on utilizing our great servers and our great front line. Just amazing blockers that we have up there, and we also have some great setters on the team that are really giving the opportunity for some good kills to happen.
The trick is you don't side out because you lose a point every time.
Absolutely. So it looks like this one's going to bounce off of Cassidy Pullman as Sedona's going to put this one over, and it appears Greta Looks was just a little bit short as Oregon goes into their quick huddle. And you see a lot of head shaking in that. So
Monona Grove was just able to kind of dump it over, and they got a touch on their fingers. It dropped.
Absolutely. Peyton Hansen with the serve is going to send to Alexa Fields over to Greta. As it looks like we had a double go, but it is going to bounce off of, I believe, number 10 or number 11 for MG and go out.
Those are a couple of the tall blocks, and a wise move to bounce it off of the block and let it land out of bounds.
Absolutely. Now we have Greta Schriever serving for Oregon. She's going to make a beautiful serve on that one. Dropped a little bit low. Cassidy Pullman was having struggles with that. It's going to go all the way back to Greta as other Greta is going to pass it on over to Evelyn. And then it appears that we're going to have Lily Severson get that one back over as we have Rachel Cook right there at the end. And we can see this huddle getting more and more energetic as we're closing that point gap, now making it 2 points. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong, but in order for a set to be won, or I don't know what a period's called.
A set?
Yep. It has to be won by at least 2 points, correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
That is correct. So that was a really nice attack by Devin to be able to cross it and keep it in the line.
Absolutely. Here's Greta once again with the serve. Once again, beautiful low serve is going to get sent back to Alexis Fields as Evelyn's going to pop this one over, and it is going to bounce off of Cassidy Pullman and go out of bounds.
That was a nice attack. Monona Grove decided to try to do a hand set type of thing, return. Those don't always work real well, and so that did not work out for Monona Grove, and Oregon's up another point.
Absolutely. Let's see if we can get another beautiful serve. Drop down in time. Looks like it hit a little bit above the elbow, and that one's going to get sent over to Greta, but sent way back, and Alexis Fields is not going to be able to get to that one in time. But wow, was she running there.
She was, chasing for it, and that's really what her role is overall, is to go for those wild balls. Monona Grove was just able to get up there and just get enough of a touch, but once you bounce it out of the play, it's tough to recover.
Absolutely. Looks like we're going to have beautiful serve as Evelyn Lavoie is going to knock that one over, go back to Alexis Fields. Greta's going to put that one up, and then looks like we're going to have Rachel Cook again with a kill. That was just beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So to be able to take that and recover that from Alexa Fields and then actually take it to a set and a back set makes the defense shift all the way to the other side. They're not ready for it. So a really good move, smart move by the setter and give it an advantage for Oregon.
Absolutely. Alexis Fields here with the serve. He's going to put a beautiful, but it looks like went just a little past again. Oregon,
I bet you thought it was in.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. I thought that was going to go right on the corner, but looks like Oregon's still trying to maintain that 2 points. So that's at least good on our part. Looks like we have Lily Severson out for number 7, Madeline Hecox, I believe. And then I did not see who else came in. I'm not sure if you caught that one, but it's A-OK. Madeline now to serve is going to put that one back to Alexis Fields. Greta Look's going to put that one up as Evelyn Lavoie knocks it over. And then it looks like we're going to have Cassidy Pullman pop that one right back up to Reese Jordanson as she sends it out of bounds with a great call from number 7, Greta Schriever.
There was a nice set to come over, but it's still too short that Evelyn ended up being smart about it and actually deciding that a big double block, just go over that double block.
Absolutely.
So that allowed Oregon to get their side out.
Absolutely. Now we have number 10, JC Andrews with it now up to serve, I guess you would say. She's going to put a nice serve on down. That's going to be popped up by Cassidy Pullman. Oh, as it looks like Madeline was having some troubles there getting over the net. Once again, popped back up by Cassidy. Once again, beautiful block by Sophie Tsai and Rachel Cook.
Oregon was fortunate to be able to keep it alive because I wasn't anticipating that little dink by the setter, but they kept it alive and then they were able to place it in a spot that gives them that extra point as they tie it up.
Absolutely, and especially with Sophie Tsai and Rachel Cook being such tall blockers, that gives you such an amazing advantage with that. So now, Oregon 24, Monona Grove 25. Can we bring this to a tie? I'm curious now. My heart's racing just a little. I'm excited. Let's get the rest of this beautiful game going. Peyton Hansen, the serve, bounced off Evelyn, passed over to JC, and it looks like number 14, Liza Studebaker, is going to hit that one just a little bit too hard, and that's okay.
It's a great idea to attack it. A little bit difficult because the set itself is so far in. There's a lot of movement for the hitter to go into or move into that position. So it's a little difficult to get in the right spot to bring it in. So maybe a different attack might have been appropriate, but you always get critical at the tail end of it when you end up having the points changed out. So I think they really came together. You know, they were pretty close for the middle part of the set, but as it went on, they started losing a lot of points, but they kept holding true and be able to make it forward.
That's what Oregon is so great about, is we don't let a few points, and in my opinion, of course, we do not let a few points discourage us. We're going to keep on attacking. We're going to keep on fighting. And we even saw that happen on Tuesday, and I'm going to bring that up again with Wanakee. Third set, I believe. It was the second set. We were down by 13 or 12. I believe it was like 1 to 14 or 1 to 13. Of course, I'll have to go back. That was 2 days ago. I'm tired, man. I'm ready for this week to be over with. But we saw some great points get on the board from Oregon. And it just ended up being a beautiful set because you see all this energy just pop out of nowhere. We don't know where it comes from, but you see it happen in every single sporting event with football up against Stoughton. What was that now? 3 weeks ago? Wow, that was 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, we saw us attacking that just in that first part of the game, and we were going for it on fourth downs and everything. And that is truly just an amazing thing to see happen, and we always continue to watch that. So.
In volleyball, what ends up happening, that rotation, so the team changes. The players change, their strengths and their orientation changes quite a bit. So it is kind of intriguing to see how the team formulates. So you can end up having a strong rotation, and other times you have a weak rotation. So if the passes aren't good, the sets become a little more challenging. It's hard for the attacks to take place. So it does play a little differently. You don't find that as much in football.
Yep.
The same quarterback, same line, often the same. But got a different offense and defense. That may play a little bit difference. So.
Absolutely. And then if any person here is a big fan of football, actually. I'm just looking at the Thursday night football game right now. It's Buffalo Bills tied with the Miami Dolphins 7-7. So just while we were on that touch, I thought I'd add that.
I love update on that. There you go.
There you go.
Keep them up to date on overall. So OCA Media is your local community access television station. We broadcast hundreds of local, entertaining, and informative programs on Charter and TDS Cable each year. Replays of all OCA Media programming can be found on our YouTube channel. Check out our website for our program guide and more information about ocamedia.com. We made a high recollection of big viewers due to the last year's basketball half-court shot.
Absolutely, and then with Luke Marks announcing that, I remember our cameraman having to tell stories about how his ears got absolutely blown because Luke just went ballistic after that play. So.
That's what you call distortion.
Absolutely. So if you folks at home are watching that game and you really had to turn that down quick, I apologize. But at the end, that was just an amazing, amazing game. And now it looks like we got Oregon and MG coming back to the court. Not switching sides, though, which I thought happened around the second period.
Yeah, typically they do. Maybe there is something a little bit different. I'm not entirely sure of that myself, but maybe high schools plays it up a little differently.
Maybe.
So we'll see how Oregon does coming back. We'll see if they're going to hold that strength that they finish up the first set. Or sometimes they saw a little bit of that last year. All of a sudden they get into a little bit of a lull and make it a little more difficult.
Absolutely. It looks like we have Madeline Hecox, I believe, serving now. It looks like Oregon, we've kept our defense somewhat the same. We've only changed it a few times. And Alexis Fields and Greta Schriever are going to make a fantastic call on that. And that's, of course, like you said earlier, just amazing with communication. Keep
their eye open. And a couple of those last sets, they ended up having good communication, didn't let the ball drop. That only happened once.
Absolutely. J.C. Andrew with a beautiful service. It's going to get passed over to Cassidy Pullman. And then it looks like we're going to have Reese knock that one out as Evelyn dove to grab that one, but
I really wonder if that was planned or not. So that was a really good slice. That's not easy to do, and certainly with a tough set to her. She just sliced it right across, and it dropped right down the offside hitter, and that's kind of an unusual hit.
Absolutely. Looks like we have number 3 Peyton Hansen with serve. Alexis Fields is going to knock that one over as we're going to have Liza Studebaker. I don't know if that was a kill. I don't know if it touched an opponent or not, but
it's a kill.
It was a kill? Awesome.
Yes, it is. And so it was kind of a weak pass overall, but the setter did an awesome job still getting it up so she can get that kind of attack, and Monona Grove didn't get it back.
Absolutely. Looks like we have Devin Howard up to serve now. Good serve there. You can see that drop. You can see Cassidy diving for that one. That's going to get sent back, but J.C. Andrews going to put that one out of bounds. Oregon 2, Monona Grove 2, and yeah.
Should keep an eye on this setter because obviously she's willing to dink it over the top, and so that becomes a responsibility of the middle blocker to watch and anticipating that.
Absolutely. Cassidy Pullman once again to serve. She's going to hit the net on that one, and that was just too low, but either way, it looked like we had Oregon waiting, and we had Oregon waiting good. So I don't know how that would have turned out, but now we have Sophie Sy up to serve.
Oregon's leading.
Oregon's leading. Sophie Sy up to serve. She's going to put a nice, beautiful serve down court, as it looks like we're going to have Sedona hit that one with a beautiful block. So it's going to go back to Sophie Sy. J.C. Andrew, it appears, pushed.
Unfortunately ran into it. Trying to get out of the way, was not able to do it as the pass came in. Awesome block. They were up there watching for it. A good block. They put Monona Grove in a scrambling position, which is what you want to do so that they don't return the ball back to a strong attack.
Absolutely. Now we have number 12, Arizona Veith up as Oregon and MG have just been trading points. Devin Howard's going to put that one up in the sky, pass it over to J.C. Andrews. Liza's going to bring it over. That's just a little bit out. Could not get it down in time, but still, that was I don't know what you call that, spike? What would
It
that
is
be
a
called?
spike.
Yes.
It is a spike, and she was really a strong hit also. It's very difficult because that back set comes over at an angle, and it's coming over the top of your head, so it's not in a good position for an attack.
Absolutely. Veith, once again, the serve is going to pass it over to Alexis Fields. JC Andrews is going to put it up in the end for Greta Schriever. But it looks like that one might have been out.
So Oregon needs to keep working on those passes. It's really kind of difficult to hit them out, but doing a wise place by placing it in the far back of the court.
Veith, once again, the serve is going to knock that one up. JC Andrews is going to pass that one over to Liza Studebaker as Cassidy Pullman was just a hair too short on that one. And that's A-okay, but
it's nice because Liza ended up getting a dropping ball. It wasn't a strong attack. It was just enough to drop it. And that's gives Oregon a score.
Absolutely. Greta Look once again to serve. She's going to put a nice serve down, but it looks like it's going to be popped off by Alaya. Sent back over to Greta Look as we're going to have Rachel Cook with a kill. There we go, I get to use that word again. With a kill.
Like that one.
Yes.
Greta took a really wise move during a back set. There was only one blocker on it, and certainly great attack that Oregon can play.
Absolutely. Once again, we have Greta with the serve. Let's see what she can do here. Put that one down. It's going to pop off Cassidy Pullman, get sent over by Alaya. Devin Howard's going to put that one up for Rachel Cook once again. Then it looks like that one is going to be sent out of bounds by Arizona Veith.
You know, something I just recognized is Devin Howard's a lefty. And so that does change the perspective because not often you anticipate that you're going to be blocking on the other side of the hand. And so she does have an advantage, certainly, and going to be on that weak side. Does give her an advantage, and she certainly can hit the ball hard.
Absolutely. Once again, serve from Oregon, going to top the net. Beautiful. And that one's just going to end up getting sent over by number 5, Sedona Paprocki. And it looks like it's going to hit the ground before anybody can touch it.
It's a little bit challenging. She just did a nice roll in a weak spot in the court.
And I assume Oregon was expecting a hard, heavy hit with no blockers up front. So. Number 5, Sedona to serve, is going to get passed to Alexis Fields. JC Andrews is going to set that one up for Evelyn Lavoie, as that one's going to get passed over. But it looks like Arizona Veith was almost a little short on that. And I believe she hit the net there? Or what happened there?
She actually stepped under the line. And so because of safety, they don't allow you to go on the other side of the line. And so as she raced for the ball, she did get her foot underneath. What can happen to volleyball players is ankles are the worst part about it. And stepping on the ball. But if you get a player that goes under a net like that, you could actually injure another player. So they're strict with that at the high school level.
Absolutely. Evelyn Lavoie is going to set that one back up for Greta Look for a beautiful pass back as Reese stumbles backwards, and Reese is just going to send that one right over again. Alexis Fields is going to pop that one up. Evelyn Lavoie looks like she's going to send it back. Rachel Cook was eyeing that one up, but I'm assuming thought it would go over the net. But
it's really tough at that angle to get it past that antenna and still over the net.
Absolutely. Number 11, Alaya Jaraki to serve. Is going to put up to Alexis Fields. Evelyn Lavoie is going to send that one down. And it looks like that one's going to go back to Sedona. Popped back over by Reese. It looks like Cook is going to put that one back over. Evelyn Lavoie with a heavy hit there. That was just impressive, and that was truly amazing.
Shows how she's adaptable. The other one was really a tough set to hit, so therefore she drove the ball. But this time it was a really nice set, so therefore she hit the ball and get a good attack.
Absolutely, and as we see the front row try to get their handshakes right, we have Alexis Fields is going to send that one over beautifully. Ooh. Sophie Tsai put that one over as it almost looks like Alexis Fields ran into her trying to go for that ball. But
it's nice to use the net like that so the net slows it down.
Absolutely.
But it does make it very frustrating for the other team when the ball just drops in front of you.
Absolutely.
Oregon leading by 2.
Alexis Fields with another beautiful serve is going to get popped off of Arizona Veith and sent over by Lily Severson, but blocked by our front line. I believe Sophie Tsai and Evelyn Lavoie knocked that one down.
Big wall, big wall. They closed their gap up and able to stop that.
You know,
awesome.
There is only two things they say you can see from space. That's the Great Wall of China and apparently the Great Wall of Oregon line. So that one's going to get popped over by Reese, as it looks like Greta Streeter's going to pop that one up. Evelyn DeVoy is going to send that one over, tipped off of number 10, Lily Severson. And in the end, looks like...
Let's not rotate this position. It's a really powerful position.
Absolutely.
As of now, they got a 4-point advantage.
Alexis Fields, you can see that she's serious about this. She's going to put that one up, great on over, as it looks like Arizona is going to pass that one over to Reese, I believe. I can't tell who that is. No, that was not Reese. Sorry, that was Sedona. He's going to get passed over and out of bounds.
So that rotation is now cleared out, so hopefully Oregon doesn't lose any positions in that. Gives you a couple of point advantage.
Absolutely. Now we have number 7, Madeline Hecox, once again to serve. She's going to put this one over, pass it over to Alexis Fields. Greta looks to put up against Sai. Sophie Sai goes down with the kill, and it looks like Madeline Hecox was too slow with that one.
Well, when you ended up having a short set, they must have communicated about that. And we end up doing this as just a short set, and they're quick. So oftentimes the defense can't get there. They haven't done that yet in the first and second set. So that could have...
Absolutely. It looks like we have J.C. Andrews and Jordan Elsner out. Oh, no, J.C. Andrews is still in, it looks like. I could not tell who just went out there, but it looks like we just had a huge line go and sit down, including Greta Look, Rachel Cook, and I believe Devin Howard. So J.C. Andrews is going to put a beautiful serve back in here, as it looks like we're going to have Madeline Hecox go back up. Please explain.
It's a double hit, so when you're setting the ball and it changes direction, that means that it must have touched your hands or you're pushing the ball. So they call it a double hit. The referee will have 2 hands. That would mean that they double hit, the ball bounced twice. You can really take that as an advantage. You can really manipulate if you really want to. So that's the reason why they set that rule for the setters.
Gotcha.
And, I was a setter, so therefore happen to know those calls often. Got called on that many times. Try to find out what the referee's going to call, so you kind of push the limit until they actually call it. Then you realize, now I know the limits.
Yep.
So Oregon's really showing themselves. They do have a good line that can hit, and they've actually stepped up and blocked the team. There's a little wondering about how strong Monona Grove would be in their blocks.
We've seen some pretty good ones tonight. So.
Oh, definitely. But Oregon's stepping up to that. They're learning from that and learning what to do with them. Some wise move like Evelyn is doing. Realize, got a big block on me. I'm going to place the ball instead of actually attacking it.
Absolutely. Once again, we have J.C. Andrews to serve after a good meeting with Coach Chris, as I hear he is called. So J.C. is going to put this one up. And it looks like that one is going to get sent over to Cassidy Pullman, as I think I heard out down on the court. Reese Jordanson is going to knock that one down. But I believe when the serve went over, I heard somebody yell out. So
it could be Oregon.
Could be Oregon, yeah.
That's a really tough block at how distant out it was from the attacker. And by the antenna, it's hard to stop those.
Absolutely. Peyton Hansen is going to knock it right down. Evelyn DeVoy is going to pass it over to JC. Finally gets sent over by Sophie Sai. Looks like we're going to have number 5, Poporowski, put it back over.
It's a net call on Oregon.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm still learning the hand signal, so it's going to take some getting used to.
I didn't see why that was, though, because the ball actually was placed back, but hair cannot affect it, so it had to have been something else.
Gotcha. Peyton Hansen once again to serve is going to send it down to Alexis Field. Sophie Sai is going to put that one up. As it looks like we're going to have Liza Studebaker knock it over.
Getting wise. Realize that it blocks up there and it's a tough set. Might as well place the ball.
Absolutely. We continue to see Cassidy Pullman and Peyton Hansen really converse about, especially when Peyton is getting ready to serve, they're always talking, communicating. So you kind of have to assume as an announcer what happens there.
Oh my goodness. What did you see, Ben?
I saw the ball go out there.
I think the ball was in. That was my take, but that's just my look on it. So that's what I was wondering. It was up for judgment, but nobody else did. So
absolutely.
Monona Grove for the serve.
That one's going to go over. Evelyn Lavoie is going to pop it up. JC Andrews going to set that one up for Sophie Tsai, as it looks like Cassidy Pullman's going to hit it out as Reese keeps it in. JC Andrews is going to set up Sophie Tsai again. We see a block happen as it looks like Sedona puts that one out. Sedona's going to try to hit it back over. Another beautiful block. Libero, and looks like number 8 for Oregon, Evelyn Lavoie, both saved, but nobody has a backup.
Sophie was really making some good attacks and making a really difference at the net. Lots of net activity going on and doing her part on this. These one reaches make it a little challenging for Alexa to be able to get after as a libero. But she was moving over here. She was in the right spot to take the ball if it was going to be alive and in play. A little bit too far out overall.
Absolutely, and you just see, you can almost see what they're about to do. Like, we could see there that ball got tipped over, and we just saw Alexis booking it across. She was determined to keep that ball in play, and she did. And then she got some help from Evelyn Lavoie, but like I said earlier, there was nobody there to help back them up. So
you guys can go back to YouTube and you can go back and watch all of this once again, because OCA Media puts all of their videos on YouTube, and so therefore go back and see these. If you happen to miss one of those, maybe you want to go back to Tuesday night's game and hear Ben talk about Tuesday night's game.
Absolutely.
Great to find out how the team's formulating.
I've also heard of players using us for game film because we're a lot better than the film that is provided. JC Andrews going to knock that one back over to Cassidy Pullman. As I didn't see a touch there, I'm not going to lie.
Well, there was, but I was really impressed with that combination that Monona Grove put together. A nice pass, a really a good soft set that was low, tough for Oregon to be there. So a good attack on Monona Grove's plays. Ties it up, though.
Yep. Once again, we have now had Peyton there for a while. She's going to send the one over to Evelyn Lavoie. JC Andrews is going to set back up Evelyn Lavoie. Evelyn's going to bring her hand too far down, and the ball's going to meet the net.
Yeah, I think it was a really good set, and Evelyn should be able to do it. It's probably more in front of her than you often want it in your face side of it, so you swing in front, but if it's in front of you, you get in the wrong spot.
Absolutely. Evelyn Lavoie is going to pop that one up. JC Andrews is going to set that one over for Sophie Tsai. Sophie Tsai is going to hit a beautiful one as Madeline scrambles. And now it looks like Cassidy is going to be the one to put that one over with Alexis Fields bringing it back in. JC Andrews is going to put it back over. Cassidy once again to save it. And it looks like a great block once again from number 14, Liza Studebaker and Sophie Tsai. That was amazing. Oregon
did a nice job keeping the ball alive. I was a little bit surprised by Sophie trying to take it over on the second one when she was so far off the net. And that allowed Monona Grove to be able to set up their own. Oregon did block it, though.
Absolutely. Evelyn Lavoie is going to pick that one up. JC Andrews is going to keep it in play as it looks like, Greta Schriever is going to have to put that one over. Greta Schriever once again with the ball. JC Andrews is going to put that one, help Sophie Tsai with that one. And, oh, wow, JC Andrews is going to save that one again. And then it looks like, once again, JC Andrews is going to save that one as she's sitting on the floor now. That was amazing.
Sophie did an awesome job. She saw the ball alive, and she's been a great attack earlier in the transition, but then keeping the ball alive at the net. It's a wonderful net activity.
Let me tell you, Oregon needs to get Peyton out of the serving rotation. And JC Andrews going to set that one up for Sophie Tsai as Cassidy's going to save that one, as it looks like Sedona's going to send that one back over with Greta Schriever. Once again, Sophie Tsai and JC Andrews kind of bump fists down there as you see the ball go back and forth.
Evelyn's getting some really good attacks, and so really formulated. Didn't see much of that in the first set, but the second set, she's doing well with that. So really get those sets to Evelyn. I think their attack is a lot stronger this set than it was in the first set. So they can do that right kind of thing. So it's all just a matter of time to be able to play into that overall. So don't miss any other Panther sports broadcasts. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, so make sure you're subscribed. We have over 3,500 subscribers, and that's all because we have great content available for you. So take a look.
So, if you guys were not here on Tuesday, Coach Chris gave us some amazing sheets with Panther player information. And some highlights, once again, if you guys missed Tuesday, was Sophie Tsai is the team hairdresser. Even on her own sheet, she claimed to be the team hairdresser. And then it looks like we have Team Joker being Evelyn, and the team DJ being either Greta or Lexi. So great job there with everybody. And once again, thank you so much, Coach Adamatus, for helping us out there. This serve's going to go to Alexis Fields. JC Andrews going to set this one back up for Sophie's side. Tipped off with number 6. This one's going to go back over from number 5 with a kill. As it looks like number 7, Greta Schreiber, was a little bit short there. But
they called the net on Monona Grove. Saw the net bounce, and both refs are looking at each other trying to determine, did you see a net? Did I see a net? So they got it. So that gave Oregon the point, which is great.
And this is what we needed. We needed Peyton out of that serving rotation because her, I don't know what her serve looks like down in the court, but you can tell it really moves a lot. So as we see Devin Howard put this one back over, and that one they claimed in bounds. So
it's in bounds, yes it is.
So explain to me, orange line. If it hits on that orange line, is that considered in or out?
In.
And that is considered
touchline.
Gotcha.
So Monona Grove is playing a pretty good offense overall, and so it's something that Oregon's got to be able to stop.
Absolutely. Alexis Fields is going to put this one up as, oh, that's a new one. It looks like JC Andrews is instead going to set up for Greta Schreiber, not Sophie.
They're talking under the net for Oregon, and so I did watch as she landed. She got too far underneath the net. Oh, maybe not. And they didn't call it. They were just calling it down. Okay.
We see Alexis Fields taking a big break, and a well-deserved one, in my opinion, as we saw some great action happen there.
Oh, so they did call it, going back to under the net.
So is there like a certain time frame that these refs have to have it? Is it like within the set, or how does that work?
Not really, but once it's served, then it can't go back to anything else. So they'd have to clarify that. So that that's where the coaches come into the play. What is that call? What are you calling about? Yep. What did you see?
Looks like we have Coach Chris once again asking questions with the line judge, right? Is that what?
That's correct.
Yep, line judge. Now we have number 1 Cassidy to serve. Going to press one down to Devin Howard as JC sets a beautiful one. Oh, that slap of the ball. That's not one that I want to hear. And you could see it just go right back. So.
Didn't quite get the reach to get the attack on it. So.
Absolutely. Oregon 15, Monona Grove 21. Cassidy's going to put this one back on over. Alexis Fields.
That's a communication, you know, I have to call it. But the serve was a really good serve right between the two players, and that's always a little bit awkward. Sometimes you stagger yourself a little bit, so you take the shorter one and somebody gets a longer one. If you're right next to each other, then you kind of like, you got it or I got it.
Now we hear Oregon chanting in with our cheers. Devin Howard's going to put that one up as JC Andrews sets for Sophie Tsai. Blocked by the two fronts. JC Andrews going to keep this one alive as Devin Howard keeps it up. Greta Schreiber's going to send it over for the kill. Boom! Get to use that fun guy again.
A very nice slice. She was on the outside of it. She had to keep it inside the antenna and able to drop it even before the 10-foot line. A really good attack. Monona Grove is really putting a challenge on Oregon. They're going to have to play well to keep it going.
Sophie Tsai with a beautiful serve, as that one's going to end up going over by Madeline. Net?
They called net.
Huh. Looks like we see
what did I see?
Alexis
14.
Fields. Alexis Fields coming in for Sophie Tsai and Liza Studebaker, I believe. I don't know. I'm still getting used to how some of these rotations work, so taking some getting used to. Now we have number 12 Arizona back up against the serve. Gonna get that one down to Devin Howard. JC Andrews gonna set that one over for Greta Schreiber. Greta's gonna have a beautiful one. As that gets sent back, Cassidy's gonna attempt to save it. And it looks like we're gonna have Arizona put it back over. Alexis Fields gonna pop the one up. JC Andrews with a beautiful set. And it looks like we're gonna have Liza. Whoa, wait. Oh, nope, that counted. JC Andrews is gonna set up once again Greta Schreiber, and she's gonna get another kill.
What a good combination overall. Monona Grove's keeping the ball alive, and they're pushing it, and Oregon's doing the right things, getting a good pass. The sets are out, and a nice line attack that got a touch by Monona Grove.
Yeah, and I heard a whistle there, so I kind of stopped and had to think for a second, but I don't know what happened there. Could be hearing stuff again. I don't know. Looks like we're gonna have Sophie keep this one in. That's gonna be 4 touches. So That was a good one. They were keeping it alive, and they just couldn't get it over. And you know what? It's instinct. I understand. Just to give that ball the extra reach that it needs.
It's getting a little wild. It's really out of control, and that makes it difficult to make any population off of it.
Absolutely.
This is set point.
Set point. Looks like we're going to have Greta Shriver throw that one up to Greta. Look, Greta Shriver's going to hit that one over, as we're going to have Sedona keep it in play. That's going to be outside of the poles, or what are they called?
The antenna.
The antenna.
The red and white is the outside of the antenna. You do have to get that, so.
Absolutely. Now Oregon, let's see it, and as our student section is continuing to cheer up and share their voice with the world, Greta Shriver is going to knock down a serve. Ooh, Cassidy's ducked.
Ace. What an ace. Good time for an ace.
And as it's on the topic, it looks like Greta Shriver has 19 serving aces. So great job there. I guess that would be now 20. So that's once again amazing. Greta's going to put this one up as Cassidy is going to dive down to save it. It looks like we're going to have Lily Severson keep it in play as Reese Jordanson sends it over. We're going to have Greta look, keep on going. Oh, Evelyn Lavoie is going to knock the one just over. And then you could see Lily Severson go back and kind of like, oh, what? I just hit the net there? Did the ref see it? But I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened down on the court, but the ref's calling that a fair play. I'm going to agree with the ref.
Monona Grove has been really keeping the ball alive, and that's a challenge for Oregon. Oregon does do a little bit of sometimes not able to return it back. But Monona Grove's been keeping that ball alive quite a bit, and that's challenging Oregon. But Oregon's been out there blocking, paying attention. The attacks have been really good. Some really good placements, not just hitting across court that's going to get blocked. So doing the right kind of things.
Absolutely. Once again, I'd like to remind all of you that this exclusive broadcast is brought to you on OCA Media in partnership with your local employee-owned Hy-Vee grocery store, the Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes. Consider becoming a booster today. One Community Bank, feel good banking. The Oregon Area Community Coalition, helping youth thrive. Visit us at OregonAreaCares.org. Wisco Industries, your trusted neighbors for generations. Tor Horst Insurance, insuring Oregon and all of Wisconsin. Panthers Exteriors, Shackelford Heating and Cooling, and Stone Health.
So OCA Media is a nonprofit organization, so we are funded quite a bit by the Village. So we're looking for any kind of support, which is all of those sponsors are wonderful. But if you have any interest or any willing to support, you certainly can contact Paul at ocamedia.com. We're always looking for some support to be able to continue these broadcasts, to be able to support our technologies as we talk about some of the age of the technologies for computers and making these broadcasts, and even when we get into football with the multi-camera broadcast, and even further that other school activities have been requested to participate. So feel free to support us in financial aspects.
And then here's your Thursday night football updates with Buffalo Bills 17, Miami Dolphins 7.
So do you have a favorite team outside of the Packers?
Outside of the Packers? That's a hard one for me. Personally, I'm not as much into as I am in NFL as I am CFL. I'm a big college fan. I love what happens in college because, let's be honest here, like only out of the high schoolers that play high school football, only like 28%, something like that, are going to get to play college football. Guys, I'm throwing out numbers. I don't know exact. I'm not going to lie. But we only have a select amount play college football, and then even a smaller amount plays NFL. So those are like the best of the best. But in college, you still get to see that fun mix of people who are really learning the sport and who are just amazing athletes. And then you see those best of the best, and you love to see them build as a team. And then we also love to see NFL. So sometimes they can have the exact same team, plus or minus a few players for 10 years. College football, every 4 years, you see a heavy change to their roster. Like we were seeing with Oregon last year, we lost a lot of seniors when it came to football, volleyball, baseball, basketball. So this year, I'm super excited to see how all of our teams are shaping up against our new rosters.
It's all formulated. It all changes up. And like you're seeing, the football has been doing really well. They've really played out. Stoughton was quite a challenge for them, but they kept up there. Kept scoring points all the way to the end.
as again, we have some great discussion and handshakes going on by Oregon's players. So it's always great to see the community it's always great to see the community inside of sports. I don't really know how to describe it. Like, most people, they aren't friends just because of a similar sport that they play. They're friends because they play the same sport, they both enjoy that sport, and they've gotten to know each other so well that you're like, hey, let's do it.
Very true.
Very, very true. As it looks like we see number 9, Maya, walking out for Alexis Fields. And once again, we see all the fun handshakes and kicks that we see go on.
Well, hopefully that they can keep formulated, because they were very competitive in the middle half of that second set. So they can play this. They can do that.
Absolutely. J.C. Andrews with the serve. That one is going to be almost tipped off by Reese, as it looks like Cassidy is just going to put that one over. J.C. Andrews is going to pop it back up to Alexis Fields as she sets it for Evelyn Lavoie. And now it's going to hit down as it hit Cassidy's fist and plummets to the earth.
A nice dropping ball, so makes it difficult for them to move their feet and get underneath the ball. So we get an ace.
There we go. Oregon steer section once again going. J.C. Andrew with the beautiful serve. Cassidy's going to bounce that one off as Madeline gets it over. And it looks like we're going to have J.C. Andrew and Rachel Cook once again work together. That one's going to get popped up as Cassidy's going to try to keep it in play. But we see Reese Jordanson go to her knees as she is like, darn, I was a second behind from getting that ball.
It was really pretty a smart move in that set, because putting it as a back set only had one block. And so we know that Monona Grove can be up there and blocking. And so that's a chance when the setter starts looking around who's in what position, where we're going to use the attacks from Oregon with a minimal block attempt.
Absolutely. We hear some great laughs coming from both sides of courts now. J.C. Andrews going to put this one back into play as Cassidy and Reese yell out.
Do we get a lead?
As we have our lead, Oregon 2, Monona Grove 1, as it looks like we have number 3, Peyton Hansen, coming back into serve. Peyton Hansen with her serve. Evelyn Lavoie is going to pop that one up as JC sets it for Sophie Tsai, and that one's going to go underneath Peyton, and she's just going to trap that ball.
She did an awesome job. She took advantage of that one block and went right around it. And Sophie can attack.
Looks like Devin Howard is in for Evelyn Lavoie. And we've seen Devin serve in the past few times. Her serves are amazing how they dip right there. So let's see if she can do that again. And that's what's going to happen, as it looks like it's going to go right over to Peyton Hansen. It's going to get sent back over to Rachel Cook. J.C. Andrews is going to set this one back up to Sophie Tsai, as it looks like Madeline's going to put this one back up. And then it looks like we're going to have Sedona keep that in play as a block from Sophie Tsai is going to send Cassidy diving once again. They
created a big wall and a good time, because it was a tight set for Monona Grove, but Oregon took advantage of that and shut them down.
Absolutely. Devin Howard with the serve once again is going to send it over to Cassidy. Cassidy's not going to be able to get high enough, as that is going to go over and have a meeting with the coach.
They're on a roll. Let's look forward to Oregon keeping that right position where they can score points.
Absolutely. Devin Howard once again with an amazing serve is going to go back over to Peyton Hansen, as it's going to end up going over by Sedona. Sedona is going to smoke that one in the wrong direction. It's my favorite meme on earth, I think. Wrong direction. Once again, Devin Howard with the serve. Keep it alive. Looks like we had Peyton Hansen and Cassidy.
She had a good roll, though.
Absolutely. She put some great points on the board for us. And now it looks like we have Cassidy lining up to serve. See some good serve from her in this coming future. Cassidy with the serve is going to get sent back over to Devin Howard. Devin Howard's going to send that one up to the sky as J.C. Andrews is going to collect it back down, give it to Rachel Cook. That one's going to get sent back over as Cassidy pops right back up for Sedona. Lex Field is running backcourt, as now it looks like Greta Schriever is going to have to put that one over in the end as Peyton Hansen collects it. And then it looks like we're going to have Rachel Cook to keep that up, as J.C. Andrews is going to set that one for Sophie Tsai. And it looks like we both have Madeline and Cassidy late to the ball.
Wise move by Sophie. Switch it up in the left hand, get around that block, and just place the ball.
Absolutely. Now it looks like we have Alexis Fields out for Maya Abalans. Abalans, right? Yep, that's the right name. That one's going to go over. Maya's going to stand over the net and just knock that one down while looking her in the eye. That is amazing.
That's that middle block, always ready. If those passovers, you want to take them and attack on them.
Sophie Tsai is coming back into play. And it looks like we'll see Maya Balance pass that one back. JC Anson's going to put it over the net, and would you look at that, we now see the entire bench standing up, as we see here, as we get a timeout from MG. Now,
I found it kind of surprising that when she's up at the net that she chose not to attack it. I was really anticipating that. So then she decides to set it back. Apparently Maya just decided, no, we're gonna attack on that one.
Absolutely.
And so good spot, good placement. Monona Grove was not ready.
And I assume, you can correct me if I'm wrong, the reason that they took out Alexis Fields and put in Maya Balance is because Sophie Tsai was up next to serve, and they wanted to keep that front row nice and tall.
That you can do. And as a libero, you can move in and out at any time. You're not there after transition,
Gotcha.
so they can bring him out. They got a lot of flexibility with it, so that you can place it around in the different places on the court, but you do not attack the ball. So as a libero. So some strategies. Actually, in college now they're allowing that they have 2 liberos, and so you can bring them around. So even doing more of that. I don't know all the strategy
like I
of
might
that.
have seen that at the Nevada game. I believe it was. I believe I did see 2 different colored jerseys.
Yes.
So I saw that. I thought that was quite interesting. Sophie Tsai once again with the serve. She's gonna put that one over, and it's gonna stay in bounds as it looks like Sedona's gonna yell, or not yell. She's gonna start shaking her head, going, "No, way, that's in bounds." And Sophie Tsai's back at court right now, laughing as she knew exactly what just happened. Put it right in that sweet spot in between the 2 defenders, and they're not gonna be able to do anything about it. Cassidy's gonna wait. That's a double hit, I think. Not called. We'll look back at that one in a second. Sophie Tsai's gonna send that one back over. Cassidy's gonna pop that one back up as Madeline sends that over. And with the kill, she gets. So please, correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw what happened down there. A hit came off the fist and hit the body. Is that a double hit?
Then it would be a double hit. Now, if
Gotcha.
it's an attack, it still can hit 2 different positions.
Okay.
But if it's actually driving it, so if the ball is coming to you and it hits 2 different spots, you're not going to call that as a double hit.
Okay.
But there is a different positions when you can do it. As a setter, is a lot more critical than it is some of the other positions. But it's all about advantage. If they feel it's going to be advantage, they have a rule for that.
Absolutely. Arizona once again. Ooh, it's going to hit the net. Alexis Fields was a little short to that one. But you know what? Oregon's at 10, Monona Grove 4. So that's some good news. Let's see how we have Arizona V with the serve. As we're going to see what happens here. She's going to put that one up, put a nice serve over. Both of them are calling it out.
They didn't call that one, unfortunately.
They didn't call that one. Oh, that pains you a little bit in the chest. Because I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Don't. Oh, just touched the line. And there's not much you can do to predict about that either. Not until it's hit. Arizona's going to put this one back up in the sky once again. Devin Howard is going to knock that one as Rachel Cook's going to set that one over. Ooh, looks like number 7 goes through great lengths to avoid that Greta Schriever.
Greta did what she could. She knew it was tight to the net, and it came from a long way, so she was just going to go and place it. But unfortunately, landing it down did touch the net. So.
Absolutely. Once again, Arizona's going to put this one back up in the sky. Now we call it out, and we hear that amazing tone of voice.
They lost quite an advantage here. Oregon kind of gave up a lot of points, narrowed that gap. So they're going to have to keep going strong. They got to get points.
Now we have Greta Look back into serve. So let's see if she can work some magic here. She's going to make a nice serve to put it back over. It's going to bounce off of Peyton, as it looks like Sedona's going to put it back in. It's going to get sent back over the line. Oh, there we go. Jordan Elsner is going to keep that one in play. As Greta looks once again, and it looks like Maya is kind of setting up with Greta Look once again. Game slowing down just a little bit. And now we have Devin Howard to keep that one over, and that is going to be inbounds as Alexis Fields is just a little bit slow.
Wow, I thought that was out, but nope. It was in.
Absolutely. Now we have Sedona. Paparaki, I believe, to serve once again. Rachel Cook, oh, that's not Rachel Cook, sorry. Greta Shreve's gonna put that one up, and Jordan Elsner hits it and comes down and realizes that all she did was spin that ball as it was coming down. And
the timing wasn't quite right, you know, so the ball was a different spot than she was.
Absolutely. And we're gonna see another great serve as Greta Shreve's gonna pop that one back up. As it looks like Greta Look's gonna pass that one, or set. I'm actually not sure what her goal was there, as Reese is gonna send this one back over to Alexis Fields. Greta Look once again is gonna do a set. And then Reese once again to save. That one's gonna get back over as Alexis Fields tries to keep that one in play, as it looks like we have, once again, number 7, Greta Shrever, continue to keep that amazing defense, as Lily Severson sends that one back again. Greta Look is gonna send that one over, and great save from, I believe, number 4. And it looks like this ball's gonna stay in play, as Jordan Elsner's gonna hike that one back up. Greta Look's gonna put that one over, and it looks like Arizona's gonna keep that one in play, passes it over to Reese. Alexis Fields is also gonna keep that in play, pass over to Greta Cook, set to Jordan Elsner. That one's gonna go back over. Let's see a block here. Oh, still in play, still in play, still in play. And it looks like that one's gonna go over, but unfortunately it's gonna be out of bounds. But wow, that was amazing.
Lots of activity going on there. Lots to kind of refresh about it.
Everybody's slowing down now, taking their breath, including me, actually. I'm going to take a quick breath real quick.
Monona Grove did keep that ball, kept it going, and they're going to keep Oregon going.
Absolutely. Greta Looks once again put that one back into the sky as Greta Shrever comes down with a beautiful kill. And there we go. We can see Coach Chris on the sidelines once again, getting all hyped up. You can see him knocking his clipboard. He's now feeling the game again. He's happy as Oregon leads 12-9. Looks like Greta Shrever to serve. He's going to put that one down as Reese is going to be a little bit short. And that is going to be a great hit into the net. So looks like that's how that one's going to end up turning out. Greta Shrever with the serve. Sends one back into the sky as Reese is going to knock that down. Arizona, and Reese going to knock one back as we get a beautiful block from Maya and Jordan Elsner.
That's what they got to do. Oregon's got to be ready for those attacks. Monona Grove can do that. And they've seen that from the middle hit and outside.
Shoe tie. I would hate to trip over my shoelace in a volleyball game. So I'm very glad that they give that a courtesy.
Oh yes, safety is still paramount.
Absolutely. Greta Shrever is going to knock this one back up into the sky again. That one's going to come on down. Reese is going to save that one as Arizona's going to put that one back up as Grace is going to send that one over. Sorry, not Grace. Alaya to send that one over. And that's going to be the kill for Monona Grove. Oregon 14, Monona Grove 10. As of right now, though, it does look like we've been trying to maintain that 4 or 5 point lead. I'm guessing that's something that coach was impressing on in this third set.
Alaya did a slice of it, so Oregon was not able to follow.
Absolutely. And it looks like we're going to have Evelyn Lavoie knock that one over as Eliza puts it back up in the sky as Reese is going to send it over, but it gets blocked. But the block rolls behind them, and that's going to put Monona Grove at 11, Oregon 14.
They were at the net. It does sneak through the hands at times, and so keep it alive, but narrowing that gap a little further.
Absolutely. Elia Girardi once again to serve as Greta Shrever is going to put her finger up in the sky and say out, as now we can see number 9, Maya, coming out for Sophie Tsai to make room in, as we see a nice hip jump right there. So that's once again amazing. Alexis Fields going to line this one back up to serve. That's going to hit the ground as Reese cannot get it up high enough. And you know what? That was a beautiful serve. That you could see that cut right down at the bottom. And that is once again amazing. It's just the complexity of it. It's
nice dropping serve, definitely. Like those aces.
Fields is going to put this one back up into the sky. As Sedona's going to keep this off as Arizona goes back, and it looks like we're going to have Eliza send it over. Fields going to keep it active. Oh, that one could have gone out, but Reese is going to go back, and that one looked like it was saved, and it was, as Cassidy is going to continue, and it looks like we're going to have Lily Severson keep this one in play, as we're going to have Evelyn the boy go over for the kill. And that was an amazing set, as it looks like we're going to have some line judges coming here for a talk. I'm guessing it's going to be about when it looked like it hit the floor. I think she's pancaked that perfectly, though. I'm not going to lie.
I did not see it myself. But it's really awesome in terms of Evelyn, how she places the ball. So smart attacks.
Oh, that's going to get overturned there, as it looks like we're going to have Greta Schriever coming over to talk. I'm guessing what happened is that pancake didn't get there in time and hit the tip of her fingers. That was still amazing. Looks like we have somewhat of some new players coming onto the court, as number 7, Madeline Hecox, serves. You hear some screeches in the crowd of the excitement. Evelyn LeBoy's going to knock one back up in the sky for Greta. Look, Sophie Sy is going to put it a little bit too far up, as she's going to go for the spike there. But that is going to be out of bounds. Monona Grove 13, Oregon 16. You know what? That's okay. Once again, we're going to see Hecox put this one back up. Is this going to go back over to Greta Schriever? As Greta goes back over, and Alexis with the save. But it looks like Greta Schriever was just a second too short to that, but wow.
A big save, definitely.
Big save.
That's what liberos do. They just watch for any loose balls and keep them alive. The other team, the other players have to be ready for them.
Absolutely. There we go. Evelyn Lavoie is going to pass this ball over, and looks like a slight bit of frustration with that one, but that's okay. That's okay. Mistakes are bound to happen at some point. Madeline Hecox once again with the serve is going to send this one over the net. And Alexis Fields, and once again Greta Schriever. We're going to hear their voices a few more times off the court yell out, as it looks like we have JC Andrews in for Greta Look. And it looks like we also have Jordan Elsner in for, I believe, I actually cannot tell right now. But it looks like we're going to have Cassidy bounce this one back off, as Madeline's going to keep this one in the sky. And it looks like we're going to continue to have some battle going down on there, as Evelyn is going to keep sending one over, and Alexis is going to yell an out.
Oregon was able to get up there and get that block. That kept that alive. And then on top of it, good sets.
Absolutely. Sophie Sy once again up to serve. And we've just been seeing some, no, that's not Sophie, sorry. That's JC Andrews up to serve, and we've been seeing some great serves from her. As that one's going to topple the net, and Cassidy's not going to be able to get that one up once again. Oregon's bench is ecstatic with energy and excitement after that amazing serve.
Net serves always bring a lot of excitement. It's kind of tricky.
Especially when you can plan that and get it just right. It's always amazing. Look at that once again. JC Andrew going to hit the net serve. They all thought it was going to stay over. Weren't preparing for it to roll over the top. Great serve there, JC. That was absolutely incredible. Rachel Cook's just going to give this one right back to JC. JC Andrew is going to go and put this one back up in the sky, as Cassidy's going to send this one back over. Eliza is going to keep it in play as Reese sends it over. Goes in the sky. JC Andrews going to set up, as once again Sophie Sy with the kill. Wow.
Good net activity.
Out Monona Grove. Oregon 21, Monona Grove 14. Wow. Oh. There we go. Here's the Oregon student section once again bringing its energy at almost every home game. It's great to see that energy coming from the students that support this school, and that's just once again incredible to see.
Sophie, that was really smart on her place to get the ball low and get the ball over the net right away.
Absolutely.
And that gives them that point and gives them that confidence to keep moving. Monona Grove is still a good team, and so they don't get too confident. I hope not. So got to play their game and continue to keep the ball alive.
Absolutely, and Sophie Sy, she's just eyeing down the ball at all times. When that ball goes up, I think every single time it's either her or Greta Schriever I see go up as well. And that's just amazing to have the ambition from both sides. Just getting ready to put that ball down. But of course, on MG, we also do have some pretty dangerous people up there up front. We have number 6, Reese, who we have seen Reese Vandervelde, apologies, not Reese Jorgensen, really get back into that. And that's okay. Oregon student section cheering on JC Andrew. That's going to get popped up and sent over here to the OCA media booth as number 2, Reese Jorgensen, sends that one out.
This is a little bit on character for Monona Grove to break down like this, so we'll see how they form through that.
Absolutely, JC Andrews coming up here. Looks like that was a little bit too high, but you know what? All good things must come to an end with Oregon 22, Monona Grove 15. The energy in the crowd is making me lose my voice right now, so teachers at school are gonna love me tomorrow. Looks like we have number 2, Reese Jorgensen, sorry, number 3, Peyton Hansen up to serve. JC Andrews set that one back up for Sophie Tsai. Sophie Tsai's gonna hit it too far, but they're asking for a net touch, it sounds like.
No net.
Whoa. Whoa, we got some strong opinions here from the Oregon student section as we hear some kids yelling. So that one,
no
again,
touch.
out of bounds. I can't tell from up here. I don't know if you can see, but every time I've seen them looking for that net touch and never granted. So
it's a little tricky. You got to be watching just for little movements.
Absolutely. Peyton with the serve again. Alexis Fields and
get a point for that.
There you go. Look at that. Oregon 23, Monona Grove 17. Ball is going to come back into play. It looks like we have number 3, Devin Howard, up next to serve. That front line, keeping them hands high, really hoping for something good. Devin Howard's going to put this one over as Cassie's going to keep it up. Looks like some poor communication is going to cause
Sophie
some
was
confusion.
ready to attack it at the line,
Absolutely.
and then she decided maybe I shouldn't.
Absolutely. Just trying to share the spotlight, and that's something we always enjoy. Cassidy Pullman once again up to serve. She's going to send this one back into the sky. Cassidy's going to go up. Alexis Fields going to save it. As a good set happens for Greta Schriever. Sophie Tsai is a boy touching that net as it looks like number 5, Sedona Poprowski, is going to be slow to that one. Oregon 24, Monona Grove 18. We now need a good serve from Sophie Tsai. And we can have this set over with, I believe it would be Oregon 1. Monona Grove 2, correct?
That's correct.
Absolutely.
This would have ended the match, but
this is the end. Sophie Tsai's going to put this one out as jersey numbers are hiding from me right now. JC Andrews going to put that one back up. Devin Howard's going to put that one out into the air. Greta Schriever is going to knock it down, and that is point Oregon. Look at that. Oregon won our first set. That was a beautiful kill there.
Great set overall. Lots of lively activity going on, and some really great attacks. And Oregon came up and stepped up to the attacks, but the center line was as well.
Absolutely. That is just amazing to see. And look at that. We see Coach Adamatus once again being super static. Looks like he's asking for a switch of benches right now, but I can't tell.
I think they have to fill out the line cards, and so that's what they actually do, filling
okay,
out the lineup sheets overall. So keep in mind that OCA Media can be your source of information. You certainly can find different things that are taking place that are in our community overall. So keep an eye out. It's one thing I did not mention. Let's Talk Oregon. So Leslie Berger, our superintendent, was on, and she had talked about the community as well. So keep an eye out for Let's Talk Oregon. Teacher Michael Doucette ends up hosting that.
Yep.
Gives you a chance to find out a little more what's taking place within your community. That's One Talk. Let's Talk Oregon.
Absolutely. Once again, that's a great thing. Sorry, folks, I had to step away there. My voice is running away from me right now. But
that enthusiasm is awesome.
I love being, if you guys can't tell, I love being energetic. I love being up here. I love announcing. It's always something I always look forward to. Today I was a little bit ADHD, tapping my desk. I was looking at some lineup sheets, looking at all sorts of statistics, trying to make sure I was prepared for tonight's game. And
awesome.
In the end,
wonderful.
I think it always pays off because I get to have a fun time up here and give the folks at home hopefully an enjoyable game. So
extremely valuable. It's amazing how people are not able to make a game or a participation, but still very interested in sports. We find out that from OCA media perspective, there's a lot of grandparents and other family members that are farther away, and they want to enjoy and support their youth.
absolutely. I had a case similar to that actually a while ago. I had a cousin play basketball for Oregon. Her name was Isabella Peterson. You might actually be watching this right now, which I think would be kind of funny. But we have folks that live quite far away, including our grandma. So
yes,
she would tune in from time to time, which is always just a great thing to see. But the moment you guys have all been waiting for, Thursday night football updates. Buffalo Bills 24, Miami Dolphins 10, as they just scored 3 off of a field goal. Not a field goal, I guess. Goal, Kika is going to come onto the field and give some great once again. So, but third period, that was a lot of action we saw. We saw great competitiveness between both sides of on both sides of the court, and we also saw. It appears that Sophie Tsai and Greta Schriever have really just been starting to tag team this ball, as we see both their hands going up, trying to confuse MG's front line, which is just amazing.
As the season's still early for both teams, you can see that they're formulated. The first set was nowhere near as competitive as it was in the last set. So now they can figure out digging, and it's going to find out how far they can dig into this and maintain. Oregon really had a comfortable lead, but they lost that, and they ended up kind of slipping down. So they do have to be prepared that they've got to hold true for this. So.
Absolutely. Looks like we already have a very early substitute, as we have Cassidy Pullman come in for number 11, Elia Girardi.
And that's part of the libero, so they'll end up having a starting lineup, and so the libero will come in and replace them.
Always something to learn. A great man once said, a good man has never done learning. So. Looks like we have number 7, Madeline Hecox, to serve. She's going to put this one over to Alexis Fields. JC Andrews going to put this one back over to Cassidy, as Madeline is going to continue. And that one was called in, I believe.
Yes, they are calling it in.
I couldn't see. I had too many players in my way. I assumed it was out just off the direction, but you know what? Line judges know best, so.
Yes, they are the referees, so we respect them.
Absolutely. Madeline Hecox, once again to serve, is see if she gets some cold feet or not. She's going to put this one back in. Alexis Fields and Maya are going to go for that one at the same time. As Greta puts it back into play, Cassie's going to keep that one in, as Reese sends one over. Greta's going to continue to keep that one in play. Sophie Tsai's going to knock that one out. Cassidy is going to put that one over, as Reese, once again, we're seeing the tag team right now a lot. JC Andrews is going to help out with Sophie Tsai. Confuse the front line. Point Oregon. Whoa.
So they call the lift. Essentially means if you drop the ball too far, and you're just going to lift the ball. So the way she had set the ball over the net, she kind of turned it. So they ended up calling a lift on it overall.
And we can see Coach Chris getting a little flamey right now with that call.
Well, it is the first lift. They call one double hit, but that is a little bit different.
And we hear as JC Andrews sets up Sophie Tsai. Sophie Tsai's going to pop that one back up for another beautiful set as Evelyn the boy. And it looks like Alexis Fields is just a little bit too late to that one. You know what? That's okay. I will always say that if a play is compromised or sacrificed, because we're humans, we make mistakes. It's the best way to put it.
Well, it was a quick ball that ended up returning,
yes.
And so it was awesome that she's going after it, and that's her role, and she's good at it.
That one is going to go out by number 7, Madeline Hecox, as that's going to give Oregon the first point, as we see Oregon student section go on and stand on up. And we can hear the energy slowly coming back in the room as JC Andrews steps up to serve the first ball of the fourth. That one's going to end up going up, bounce off of Reese. Going to go next to Madeline. Looks like that one's going to stay in play, but Rachel Cook wasn't sure what to do there.
She couldn't touch him again because she already had, so just couldn't get a contact with the ball that was legitimate. So they're getting a little farther behind Oregon. This is the start of this
and then we see Peyton.
fourth set.
And then we see Peyton coming for Reese. Payton's up to serve now. Alexis Fields going to knock that one into the air. JC Andrews going to keep that one up as Evelyn DeVoy sends it on over. Cassidy's going to keep this one in play. Goes back to Cassidy. JC Andrews going to set that one back up. Alexis Fields is going to bring it back to that front as Evelyn DeVoy is going to get it over. And that is going to be inbounds. Point Oregon. Oregon 2, Monona Grove 4. As we see Devin Howard now come in for Evelyn DeVoy. That was an amazing play. Devin Howard is also now up to serve. We see some amazing things happening this game. And as we are looking at the scores, kills right now, #1 is Greta Schriever. So looks like that one was called out early. Wait a minute.
It's out of play.
Out of play. Nope. I thought I saw both flags go up, so I was confused for a second. That one is going to be out of play. That one is out of play. That one gets sent back over to Alexis Fields. JC Andrews is going to keep that one in play as Greta Schriever is going to knock down. And that one is going to get topped by the front line as we see it go over and back under. So
it was a big block, but she was smart enough and wise enough to actually get it outside of that block. And that was able to bounce off the net and place in an empty spot in the field.
Absolutely. Now we see Sophie Sy coming back to serve. Sophie Sy's going to knock this ball up and over. As it looks like we're going to see some defense happening from the front line. This one's going to keep on in play. Sophie Sy's going to get back to it as JC Andrews going to set up Rachel Cook. Rachel Cook's going to tap one over to Cassidy as it goes back over to Madeline. Back over with a block from Rachel Cook and Maya. That ball's going to stay in play. JC Andrews going to put that one back over. And it looks like we had Madeline call that one out. But wow, was that something.
Amazing how Monona Grove was able to keep that ball alive, because that kind of blocks are often a dead ball, and it ends up being an advantage for the blocking team. But unfortunately, Monona Grove kept the thing alive against Oregon and brought it back.
Absolutely. Now we see Oregon 3, Monona Grove 6. You can tell we're hanging in there. We're really trying hard to make sure we're continuing to keep this same separation. Now it looks like we have number 12, Arizona, once again up to serve. Arizona's going to send this one over. Alexis Fields going to knock that one up. JC Andrews going to put a set over for Greta Schriever. Knocked over. Keep alive. Alexis Fields has to send that one over now. Back over to Cassidy. Arizona's going to keep that one in play as she sends it over to Sedona. Alexis Fields is going to knock this one back over. This one has to go over now. And that's going to be a false tip by Arizona V.
Well, it was pretty true. Alexa kept that ball alive, and she was really keeping it going. They were on the floor. Two of them were on the floor themselves, and they still ended up having up there for the blocks and then keeping the ball. And he didn't even get the ball up. Now they great attack to get the side out.
Greta look now to serve. Cassidy's going to put that one up as it's going to go back over to Arizona. It looks like we have another amazing block from Maya and Jordan Elsner. That was incredible. The energy that we're continuing to hear from this crowd as we close that gap in between scores. Oregon 5, now Monona Grove 6. That's incredible, isn't it?
Great block. Good close that gap up, able to shut him down.
Absolutely. Greta look once again with the serve. Cassidy's going to bounce this in the wrong direction as Oregon once again continues to be ecstatic as the bench continues to rise. So that is amazing to see. Let's go and see what happens with this. Greta look now. He's going to put that one over, but just a little bit shallow, going to hit that net. I don't know if she was trying to do what JC Andrews was doing earlier, where it just hit that top and rolled over.
That's always a tricky spot to try to do that.
Absolutely.
As you'll see, the coach is asking them to serve to a certain position.
Yes.
So sometimes that position can be enough that they're focused on that can get their height wrong.
Absolutely, and Greta Schriever's going to knock that one back over as Jordan Elsner keeps that one in play. That is going to be sent to the sky by Sedona. Cassidy's going to bring this one back into play. Alexis Fields is going to pop this one back up, back over to Greta Look as Greta Schriever knocks that one down, but it hits the front line with Lily Severson for it to go out of bounds. So that was amazing.
Greta was really wise on that, knowing that there's a big double block on there. Go to the line and allow it to touch off the blockers. That ends up giving them side out.
Absolutely. Now it looks like we have number 7 back to serve. Greta Streaver, but you know what? She's going to go a little bit more shallow than she wants. As now we have number 11, Elia Jararki, back. Elia's going to put this one over as Greta's going to keep it in play. Looks like, oh, Greta looks going to go over. This one has to go over now, and that's just not going to be possible. As her teammates are now showing her compassion, realizing that that was just a bad position, bad place to be in. That's nothing other than that.
You do need to try to recover in some of those cases. The second hit that's a little wild, what you try to do is make more conservative and just get it back into the front of the net.
Absolutely. Once again, to serve, we're going to have Greta look, keep this one in play, and it's going to hit the net as we now just gave up practically 2 points from mishaps. I don't know what you call those.
So it's unfortunate when you end up having a bad pass like that, what you end up doing, and she was down to one hand that she could only keep the ball alive.
Absolutely. Alexis Fields once again going back down to the ground is going to get sent over by Olivia Lavoie. And it's going to pop up by, I believe, Lily Severson once again, and that's just going to get killed and shot to the ground. You know, one thing that you usually don't see in sports is people wearing glasses. So I've noticed that Lily Severson's been doing that the entire night, and that's absolutely something. Alexis Fields now to serve. Going to put this one over the net, and it's going to get popped up by number 5. Number 12 is going to keep this one in play as it goes back over to Greta Shriver. Greta looks to put that one back over, and it looks like Reese Gordonson and Sedona Paprocki were just a little bit too late to that one. That's I don't know how to describe that one. That's one of those plays where I'm almost glad that it hit the floor, because if they both went for it, it would have been a complete different story right now. Looks like Reese is going to try to keep this one alive as it goes back to Sedona, and it gets sent back over by Reese as she pops up quickly. Evelyn Lavoie is going to try to send that one over, but hit the net a little bit too early. Once again, we need to have MG come out of this serve, as now we see 2 players exiting, number 10 and number 12, Lily Severson and Arizona Vive. Now coming in for Madeline Hecox, number 7 and number 6, Reese Vandervelde. Oh, now I got to be careful. Now we have 2 Reeses in the game. So now I got to say full names. Madeline Hecox to serve as Alexis Fields keeps one in the sky. Greta looks to keep this one over. Sophie Tsai is going to get tapped, but Evelyn Lavoie is going to send that one over as Reese and Reese both missed that one. So, I was kind of hoping I'd get to do that. Have both names get called at the same time. Alexis Fields looking around at their opponents as JC Andrew comes up to serve. Now I believe that this defense has a kind of name. I don't know exactly what it's called, but JC Andrew's going to put that one back over to Cassidy, as Madeline Hecox is going to keep it in play as Reese sends it over. JC Andrews going to pop it up into the sky as Rachel Cook continues it. And that would be 4 taps as Sophie Tsai sends it over.
They position the players such that they can play their strong points. So the front line will end up switching. One will be in the middle and one will go on the strong and the weak side. And so that's why they kind of mix it up.
Absolutely, and it looks like number 2, I actually can't see that number right now. I'm just gonna have to, just give me a second, folks. Number 3, Peyton Hansen, is gonna knock that one down. She's getting some compassion high fives from her teammates. Devin Howard now up to serve. She's gonna put that one back into the sky. Peyton Hansen gonna keep that one alive, as that is blocked once again by Sophie Tsai and Rachel Cook.
Blocking machines. Absolutely.
The only 2 things you can see from space. Once again, folks, that was amazing.
That's what they keep an eye out, because those are strong attacks by Monona Grove.
Absolutely. Devin Howard's going to send this one back over. Looks like it's going to get fumbled around just a little bit in Monona Grove's. Rachel Cook just a tad too late to pick that one up, but we're within a point right now. Oregon 12, Monona Grove 13. We're going to see if we can keep this going. Once
you run it across that tape and running it down to the outside, it's really tough to recover from that. But
absolutely. Let's see. Cassidy's going to put this one back in as Devin Howard's going to tap it up to JC Andrews. JC Andrews going to try to set Sophie Tsai, but a little bit shy there. Cassidy's going to hand this one back over to Sedona. She's going to send it over. Devin Howard is going to put this one back up into the air. Greta Shriver's going to keep this one going, but it is out on the line. It looks like our line, or I apologize, what's the corner one called?
The corner line judge?
Yes.
That's a line judge. That's a down judge.
Okay.
They got lucky. Oregon pretty got lucky. That was really close to the line, and so I really was expecting that it was
really
going to be in.
there. There you go. Here comes Sophie Sy to serve. Put that one in play as we get some diving action already from Sedona. Sedona's going to have to send this one over now. Sophie Sy is going to keep this one in play, passing it over to JC. JC's going to set up Greta Shriver for it to go back over as Madeline Hecox passes it over to Cassidy, back over to Sedona, and then we're going to get some movement over there on Oregon's offensive side as we continue to see the ball continue to get passed back and forth. JC Andrews going to pack this one back over to Greta Shriver. Cassidy's going to keep this one alive, but that one would have been out. And you know what? Looks like Sophie Sy is going to continue to keep this one alive. Rachel Cook now in the sky with the block, and there we go. There is, wow, there's a lot of action going down right now. Greta Shriver's going to keep that one alive, and finally send that one over for it to meet the ground. Wow.
Monona Grove is still digging very well, but Oregon is finding their way to keep the ball alive.
Absolutely.
And that's covering the court.
Monona Grove has been going crazy. We saw Sedona Paprocki dive just on the serve, and that wasn't even from her position. That's amazing. As we continue to see movement happen over there, we see Rachel Cook dive, and it looks like JC Andrew was trying not to trip over Rachel as she hesitated to grab that one. Oregon tie game, 14-14. I don't know, what is it called in volleyball? Tie ball game, or what do we call it now?
That's fair enough.
There we go. Just for some more quick fun facts, Alexis Fields has 105 days.
Wow, that's awesome.
And it looks like we're going to have JC Andrew keep this one alive as Rachel Cook is going to have some competition, but it looks like our front number 5 and front number 11, number 5, Sedona Paprocki, and the number 11, Elia Gerarki, are going to hit that one out of bounds. And folks, it looks like Alexis Fields might have her 200th reception.
Is that right? Awesome.
That's amazing right there. Greta looks going to go and put this one on down court as we're going to continue to see some action happen as number 5, Sedona Paprocki, is going to eventually send that one downrange for a kill. Now I've been talking Oregon stats. Let's switch it over to Monona Grove real quick, if I can, if I may. There we go. As it looks like we have number 3, Peyton Hansen, up to serve. It appears that Cassidy Pullman is 92 receptions, so Alexis Fields is leading them by a lot. As we see Greta Shriver fumble it with the net. She got some back and forth going there. I don't know if it was a play that wasn't going to plan or what, but
it was a little bit of a back set, makes it challenging. Since she was pushed outside, she was just going to slice it along the net. It didn't make it over.
Absolutely. Greta Shriver is going to hand this one over to Greta. Look, back to Greta Shriver. Greta Shriver's going to send this one over, give it over to Cassidy as Reese keeps this one. Alexis Fields keeps it alive as Greta Shriver keeps that one back over. Elia Gerarki continues. And, we got a great save from Jordan Elsner. And Alexis Fields with another great dive. Devin Howard's going to have to send that one over, but a little bit of a weak hand there is going to stop that from happening. Wow. That was amazing.
You can say why coach chose Alexa for the libero. She keeps the ball going and keeps moving it.
Absolutely. And we're going to see Alexis. We're going to see a little bit of battle there as Greta has sent the one back over, but unfortunately it's going to be out as Monona Grove now leads 18. Monona Grove, Oregon 15, as Coach Chris calls his first timeout of the 4th period.
The atmosphere has changed a lot since the first set, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
The games, the teams have really dug into it. The fans have really
been tilting back. Been tilting back many times now, back and forth, as we see the Oregon student section taking a quick break from all the energy they've been having, which I think is just absolutely amazing.
It does encourage the players, and so it does keep them all excited. So that's the advantage of being at home.
Absolutely.
It's a challenge of being playing away is that the home team can be very loud.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Very much so.
Especially when you get into these different sports and you have bands come out and you're like, oh, home team band. Jeez, now I'm not going to be able to hear my coach or anything. So we really hope that this energy stays alive in Oregon Panther Stadium, I believe it's called.
They should be proud either way, whatever ends up happening, because they did start off, and they were kind of just routine. And as they ended up continuing, they got stronger. Yeah. Better blocks, better attacks, better smart about where they place the ball. Passing has improved. I think they mixed up the settings to make it a little more challenging for Monona Grove.
Absolutely. Here's number 3, Peyton Hansen with the serve. Put this one back over as Greta Shriver's going to keep this one alive. Pass over to Greta Love as Maya's going to send that one over. And number 11, Elia Girardi, and number 10, Lily Severson. Once again, something's happening in that front line where they go to block the ball and it goes right through their hands, or their thumb just hits it. I don't know what's happening, but it's really working out right now in Oregon's favor.
They're up for that block, but it just takes a little bit off.
Absolutely.
And it mixes.
Now number 7, Greta Shriver, is going to go a little bit low with that one and hit the net, but you know what? That's A-okay. Okay, Oregon 16, Monona Grove 19. This energy is staying alive as number 11, Elia Girardi, comes up to serve. We're going to see this one get passed over to Alexis Fields, and it looks like we saw Greta go up for a block, but almost sheer away from it, or maybe
she actually cannot, due to the fact that because she's from the back row as a setter. So when you play a 6-2, you end up bringing somebody to the front line, and they can't necessarily block. So
gotcha. Well, you could see that she had the energy there as Elia Girardi hits the net, now making this 3 points from being a tie. Oregon 17, Monona Grove 20. And look at that, our student section's getting back into it. We're getting excited, folks. As Alexis Fields going to send us ones across court. Reese is diving once again as we see another great block, but not enough people behind him to help him out. And wow, that one's a hard one to judge about who in that front line could have touched that either way between Jordan Elsner and Sophie Sy.
There's usually a responsibility that's going to somebody cover the block that's going to come over it. So, so somebody might be having to learn that position.
Absolutely, as we have Madeline Hecox coming up to serve. Here's some screams from the Oregon side as Greta Shriver's going to pop this one back over to Greta Look, and Sophie Sy is going to knock the one down in front, and that ball is getting trapped between the nets. Wow, I believe, no, not a timeout for Monona Grove. But now it looks like we have Greta Look and Jordan Elsner out for JC Andrew and I believe Evelyn Lavoie. So let's see this action continue as JC Andrew comes up to serve. JC Andrew's going to put this one overneath the net, and we're getting passes back and forth as the stadium goes amazing. As Evelyn Lavoie is going to knock the one back over, and that one's going to go over to Grace Pinkston, who I believe we are now seeing her first minutes of the game this late. So that's something new. Oh, and I apologize, folks. That is not Grace. That is actually Reese Vandervelde. I have to remind myself we have 2 Reeses on the court now. So Reese is going to pass that one off as Cassidy sends it over. It gets blocked by the front row, and it looks like Evelyn Lavoie was a second too late with that dive, or dig, I believe it's called.
Digs.
Yes.
But you're keeping the intensity going.
Absolutely. Monona Grove 22, Oregon 19. Looks as we have number 3, Peyton Hansen, come up to serve. Peyton Hansen's going to give this one to Evelyn Lavoie. JC Andrews going to put it up front with Sophie Sy as Cassidy goes up. As it looks like we have number 7, Madeline Hecox, put it back over to JC Andrew. Sophie Sy's going to dive it down and kill Cassidy Paloman. Wow.
She took advantage of that one, and it's kind of the attacks that she can make.
Absolutely, that is just an amazing play right there. And the energy in the stadium, we feel it shifting back and forth up here, don't we? We can hear it going, Oregon going crazy, and we hear MG's JV team and some of their players going crazy. Atmosphere is amazing right now, and it's a great place to be. I'm loving this. As it looks like we're gonna have number 7 come back out. And number 3 diving for it, but I don't know what happened there.
Well, there's a big attack, and it's really tough to get a block off of that, and it's a nice angle by Monona Groves.
Absolutely.
Some things you really don't want to let them have that ability to do. So.
Yeah, I truly do understand that, and like sometimes it's really hard to have that. I don't know the proper. There's a word I'm searching for.
Respect for that.
Respect for it. Cassie's gonna send this one over as Devin Howard calls this one out. That is absolutely incredible there.
Side serving error. Always intriguing when these tail end of the games and the points are really important, and then they have a serving error.
Absolutely, as it looks like we have Sophie Sy ready to serve. We get a beautiful size from side. Wow! It looks like we're gonna have Paige Hansen have that ball meet the moon. As it looks like it hits their iPad back there, which I do find a little bit enjoyable for some reason. Oh yeah, it hit the iPad. Look at that. Trying to get that setting right now. Sophie Sy's gonna send this ball back over. As it looks like we're gonna have some movement happening for whatever reason. It's a beautiful, beautiful block from Rachel Cook and Maya. Wow, Maya Bollins and Rachel Cook have been making a great teamwork this game as Monona Grove makes their third time out. Wow, that was incredible.
That's exactly what their role is to be there for that block. And so since Monona Grove was just going to roll the ball over, the block was there. And they stopped it down. That's the differentiation. You just think it's going to come a free ball, just going to be available for you in the next. Stop it. Take advantage of it right away.
Absolutely. We now have a tie game. Oregon 23, Monona Grove 23. Just 1 second, folks. I'm gonna go off, and now you're just gonna have your other announcer just for a bit.
So it's pretty exciting time overall that they're able to be able to get on, keep this game going alive, and keeping it up to date. But it's a big finish now. And so Sophie serving, she's been able to ace some balls and get through on the scores. Look for those to be able to take off, and it's a change by Monona Grove. So that's another point for Oregon. They're leading 24-23. Sophie's up for the serve once again. And a short serve. Ball's alive. Set on the outside, trouble for the outside hitter. Gets up in the set. Come to the inside once again. Greta Shriver's going to bring it on the inside line, and she's able to cross it over, and they're going to get a win off of this one. Set 4, taken to the 5th set. Oregon really was kind of bringing things together, trying to make something happen off of it, and it just didn't seem to always get it together, but they made this happen right at the end of the 4th set.
Absolutely.
The fans are going.
And sorry, folks, I had to step away there. My voice needed a quick little break. As now I'm coming back, and some of you might be realizing the toll that you take as an announcer. So,
yes. So as we mentioned before, we had a little quiz for you. How many local events does OCA Media provide live streaming this past year? You think it was 100? Maybe 200? Well, it's over 400 stream events. It's all done with our short staff that we end up having, volunteer supports here and there, the camera crews limitations, as well as editing and putting all of this together. Many of these events take a technology staff to make this work. If you've ever been beside the scenes, you see lots of screens, lots of monitors, and lots of things. Thank you for the Oregon School District for all of their support. Certainly, we utilize facilities quite a bit, and they've helped us with the technology. Soccer take place, the technology to be able to show those. Bring volleyball, basketball, and football. Bring all of that to you live so that you can see all of the activity that's taking place.
absolutely.
We thank you for all the sponsors to be able to keep us going. All the funding that we have overall to be able to afford this. Technology is not cheap, if you happen to know that at all. You know that all your devices, all your electronic devices seem to just get more and more expensive. And to broadcast these kind of quality level programs that OCA Media does, it does take technology.
And I would just like to thank our sponsors one more time and remind all of you that this broadcast is brought to you by OCA Media in partnership with your local employee-owned Hy-Vee grocery store. The Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes. Consider becoming a booster today. One Community Bank, Feel Good Banking. The Oregon Area Community Coalition, helping youth thrive. Visit us at OregonAreaCares.org. Wisco Industries, your trusted neighbors for generations. Core Horse Insurance, insuring Oregon and all of Wisconsin. Panther Exteriors, Shackelford Heating and Cooling, and Stoughton Health as I wrap up with 40 seconds left of this break in between sets, as we now see Panthers taking the court, as we can see some of our bigger returning players. It looks like we have Maya Bollins. I believe I see Rachel Cook down there along with Greta Schriever, and then our front line right now consists of Sophie Sy, JC Andrew, and Evelyn Lavoie, all super energetic. And then it looks like on the Silver Eagle side, we have Sedona once again back again with Elia Girardi, number 7 Madeline Hecox, and then 3 up front are kind of hiding their jersey numbers. Number 2, Reese Georgeson, number 6, Reese Vandervelde, and number 4, Eliza Atwood. So we saw some changes right there just happen in between the line. And as we have number 7, Madeline Hecox with the serve, is going to send that one far back as we hear Alexa and Greta Schriever with the large yell, giving Oregon the first point of this set, with JC Andrew looks like lining up to serve. And she has been serving great all night. Let's see what she can do here. And look at that, top of the net once again, as we see Madeline Hecox diving for it. Wow, JC has just been hitting that sweet spot all night, and we've seen MG's defense become super confused super quickly. JC Andrew once again with the serve is going to pass that one over to Reese Cassidy. He's going to pass that one back over to Reese Vandervelde, as there's going to be a dive there.
And they're going to call that on the floor.
I think they're going to call that one on the floor too,
but it didn't look like she was getting a complete pancake off of it. That's a little bit of a trick, but it's also tricky to watch it because you can't always tell how effectively it goes into this.
For example, up here you saw the hand miss. I saw the hand on the pancake. So it's different from every kind of perspective. As we have number 3, Peyton Hansen, coming up to serve. Evelyn Lavoie's going to knock one up into the air for JC Andrew. Back over to Evelyn Lavoie, and that's going to hit the ground as Cassidy Palome, once again, a little bit too late on that. That's going to be a kill for Oregon.
So this game ends up, the 5th game is shorter. It's not as many points, and so they do fill out at 15 points.
Right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So I believe
gives a little more intensity to be able to finish up.
Yes, I believe right now it's 2-2, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
that makes it a 5th game.
Game changer. Here comes Cassidy, going to put that one back up in the sky as we see Reese Vandervelde continue. JC Andrews is going to go back around as we see a tap over from Greta Schriever. Once again, we're going to see a balance just go back there. Devin Howard's going to set that one beautifully up for Greta Schriever as she finds the open spot of the court, as Cassidy Palome is just a little late on that dive.
When you end up having a big double block like that, you know it's going to be challenging, and they've been watching you go over the line. So for her to take that spot on the far right, that's a wise move, very smart move to keep it going. This is really good for a coach to be able to identify how well they work at the tough finishes.
Wow, and there you go. Devin Howard, after that serve, got passed right back to Greta Schriever, and you saw her with a little sassy tap down at that net. And that is going to be Oregon point, Oregon 5, Monona Grove 1. See how this turns out for the Panthers as Devin Howard once again up to serve, passes that to Cassidy. It goes behind, back to Reese Jorgensen, as now Reese has to get that one across the line. Alexis Fields going to keep that one going. JC Andrews is going to keep that one up as Greta Schriever once again knocks that one over the line, and Cassidy Palome sends that one into the net. Wow, we're seeing some great action here from Oregon still this late in the game. And that's just showing the energy staying consistent as Devin Howard's just going to serve this one back to Cassidy as Madeline is going to keep that one going. JC Andrews going to dive, but Rachel Cook is going to be a little bit too late on that one. And that's A-okay. Wow. And there's a great example of the energy in this stadium as we hear a football chant once again entering volleyball. As we have MG's libero serving. Cassidy Palome is going to give that one back to JC Andrew. As Greta Schriever is going to find the open spot, and it's going to find the piece of earth right beneath there. That was an amazing play there. As now we see Alexis Fields going out and Maya coming in to keep that front row nice and tall.
It's a pretty wise move as setting across the net, along across the field to minimize their blocks.
Absolutely. JC Andrews going to keep that one up, and it looks like Devin Howard is going to do a flip as she tries to keep that one in stock. Wow. This game is getting more intense as it goes on. I don't think I'm going to have a voice tomorrow. And as Arizona V comes up to serve. Quiet in the stadium until the serve. That one's going to get saved by Rachel Cook. Goes back into play as Cassidy's going to keep that one in. As we see Sedona pass the one back to Devin Howard. JC Andrews going to go diving there, and that's going to be for Greta to put back over. As we see the continued play happening, JC Andrews, it is called a piece of net on Oregon. Keeping Monona Grove 4, Oregon 7. Wow, that was a hard one there because I feel like I did see number 10, Lily Severson, snatch a piece of net by accident. But I'm not sure what happens there, if it's whoever touches it first or what. So
it's just in the net, and whoever's in the net first.
Absolutely. Arizona wants to get up to serve. Devin is going to keep that one up. And it looks like that one's just going to get passed back and forth just a little as we see another beautiful block from Maya Ballins. That was amazing. As we see Alexis Fields now back in and Greta Look back up to the serving line. Let's see what could happen here. Keep in mind, folks, I believe Greta Look is only a sophomore, so that's amazing as we're going to see some stumbles happening down there. Oregon 9, Monona Grove 4. Greta Look's going back to the serving line. This is going to make this decision harder and harder as it goes on, and where to put that ball so it's perfect. That one's going to get passed all the way back into the left corner as we get a great block again from Maya Jordan Elsner. That was beautifully laid out. The double block went up just how you always want it to. I love that. That is amazing, and it just shows they are just ready for this, and they're excited for this. Looks like we have some confusion from Lily Severson as Maya finds that small piece of net. Sorry, not Maya, Greta finds that small piece of net. Greta's gonna keep that one up in the sky as Greta Schriever puts that one back over and into the visiting parents section as Monona Grove gives them the game ball. As timeout, Monona Grove. Oregon 11, Monona Grove 4. Wow.
Some strong blocking, great serving. Makes a big difference, and Oregon's keeping the ball alive.
Absolutely, and then we've been seeing the return of these same three servers for MG, and earlier in the game we were seeing their serves were really tend to drop and confuse Oregon, but Oregon finally got on that, and we've been realizing the zones that they're choosing where certain players are, and we've been able to decipher that, I guess you could say, and make sure that we're covering up those spots that continue to be left open. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So this had made it quite a competition. Oregon's really stepped up to the plate. I think what's challenging Monona Grove. They came out with probably a little more solid position as it was early in the match. But Oregon stepped up and really playing their game.
Absolutely.
Some really good net activity that makes a difference. Sophie's doing a great job in placing it around, looking for the one shot, the second shot over.
Once again, we have Greta Look going back over as that one's going to get topped over, passed over to Cassidy, and Lily Severson's going to put that one over, blocked once again by our front. Devin Howell's going to put that one back up for a good set for Greta Severson. That one's going to get put far up behind as Arizona V's going to have to put that one back into play, and Cassidy's going to send that one back over. Devin Howard's going to keep that one up in play as Greta Severson's going to go back over, saved by Greta Severson. Greta Looks to go over, and Greta Severson's got to get this one over. And it looks like it's going to carry the net with Monona Grove 5, Oregon 11. But still, the competition in this game is absolutely amazing as we now have a sub for Reese Georgeson coming in as Peyton Hansen leaves. So I'm assuming that's keeping that front line nice and tall, making sure everybody's good there. as we're going to see Greta Look continue to hold this ball. Greta Severson's going to pass this ball back over to number 12, Arizona V. Number 2, Reese is coming back into play, and that is called out. Oregon 12, Monona Grove 5. I'm assuming we'll be seeing a timeout here from MG very soon.
They have limited. They already added one timeout, so.
Absolutely. Lila Davis, we are now seeing her first few playing minutes of the game, as I'm assuming she's here to close this out. So I'm thinking baseball terms. Here's our closing server. Lila's going to put a beautiful serve right there into Cassidy Palome. As we're going to see Lily Severson keep that one over. Alexis Fields with the dive, but it looks like Jordan Elsner could not get to that one in time. But
Alexa did her role. She covered those short spots over. Did an awesome job.
Absolutely. Number 11, Aliyah Girardi now to serve. And we're just seeing that amazing, amazing plays. Aliyah's going to send that one downfield over to Greta. Greta looks to pick that one back up. Evelyn LeVoy is going to send this one back over. That's going to be picked up as number 5 tries to bring this one back into play. Number 4 is going to send this one back into the court for Alexis Fields to pick up next to Greta Look. Jordan Nelson is going to send that one back over. That's going to touch the ground. Oregon 13, Monona Grove 6.
A wise place, down the line, deeper.
Absolutely.
As the team starts huddling and cuddling in the corner.
It is now a
moving back.
2-point game.
Match overall.
Well, yeah.
The whole match.
2-point match. That's just amazing to look at. Just a comeback that Oregon's had. As we now see Lily Severson send that one back over to Alexis Fields. As we see a spike coming in from none other than Evelyn LeVoy. Wow, 1-point game here, folks. Oregon 14, Monona Grove 6. And the energy that we are seeing, the Oregon parents are standing up. The Oregon student section is standing up. Let's continue to see this energy as Alexis Fields serves the ball. As it looks like we have Lily Severson trying to get that one back into play. Greta looks to go back over to Alexis Fields, and Evelyn LeVoy is going to have to send this one back over as it gets picked up by Sedona, sent back over by Reese, and now it's going to be tipped off by number 7, Greta Schriever, and that is A-OK. I need a break. Wow. Cannot tell, folks. I get energetic about this kind of stuff. So Madeline Hecox once again to serve. Oregon's going to get quiet and yell. There we go. There's that energy that we're seeing. Evelyn LeVoy is going to put that one back over. Sophie Side's going to send that one down court for Sedona to pick back up as Reese is going to send it back over to Greta. And Greta looks going to put that one back over next to Sophie Side. And that is game for Sophie as she brings in the final kill. Oregon 15, Monona Grove 7. Wow, that was a hard-fought game on both sides as we can see Oregon cheering up. And this is just truly amazing as we are now seeing the benches start to clear and go down to support the Oregon players as the Oregon Panthers take home the victory tonight. And we are seeing their energy come down the line. We are seeing their coaches get into the play. We are seeing Coach Chris' face is more red than a seashell right now, I think. Right now, a seashell, more red than a crab. I was trying to do a funny expression there. That didn't work out in my favor. But wow.
So Oregon really played their game overall. They learned a lot. This is going to be awesome for the coaches to be able to learn from it, see how they developed and how they continue to stick through it. So a lot has to do with it. I give a lot of credit to Alexa for keeping the ball alive as libero. But man, Sophie really did play her game at the net. Some blocks, right placements for it. But you can see Evelyn can attack the ball really well and so does some awesome jobs as well. Greta did a wonderful job in terms of serving and keeping it great sets overall.
It's amazing also to see that front line working just how it's supposed to. When you get Rachel Cook and Sophie Syro just right in that perfect spot, we see some amazing things start to happen. We even saw it at the end of the game with Jordan Elsner and Maya Bonds, I believe, where we just had some great blocks. And in the end, the game played out perfectly, just how we all wanted it to, as we see Oregon taking their chance and getting ready to leave the court.
It's a great way to start out the season. I know a 3-0 is 0-3 for the first set, for the first match overall, but coming around to the second with a really strong team, Monona Grove.
Absolutely.
Great for the team to set up.
Absolutely. So I'm Ben Baker.
Mark Miller.
And thank you for watching Panther Volleyball on OCA Media, your home for Panther sports. Good night, folks.
This exclusive OCA Media broadcast of Panther Sports is brought to you in partnership with your local employee-owned Hy-Vee grocery store, the Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes. Consider becoming a booster today. One Community Bank, Feel Good Banking. The Oregon Area Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. Oregon Cares. And Torhorst Insurance, insuring Oregon and all of Wisconsin. We'd also like to thank Panther Exteriors, Wisco Industries, Shackelford Heating and Cooling, Stoughton Health, J.L. Richards Prime Meats and Catering, the Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play, and the Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. Panther Sports broadcasts are made available free with the support of our local sponsors. Please join our fine family of supporters and help us continue to provide this service to our community. Contact Paul at ocamedia.com for more information. OCA Media, your home for Panther Sports.